I care about the chat, man.
You care about the chat?
Yeah,
we
man,
love
they
the chat, man.
They take the time out of their day to sit here and watch us, where they could be watching other people. And we always gotta appreciate that, man.
I love the super
And they had to, and I love the chat when they had to sit.
So it's like, why not watch us instead of beat your meat?
Oh my god! Anyways, I love the chat because they had to sit up here today on Press Box and watch somebody say that Brock Purdy is better than Lamar Jackson, and then continue to say that Dak Prescott is better than Brock Purdy.
Listen,
which in that turn would mean Dak Prescott is better than Lamar Jackson.
All right, I know it's a football show, but I need everyone's opinion real quick. Mm-hmm. Which looks better? This?
Okay.
Or this?
The first one.
All right, go back. No, go back. Go back.
Hey, are you a Bucs fan today, OJ?
All right, now go back again.
Fan today?
OJ's got to be a Bucs fan.
I don't know what that's talking about.
Bro, you a Jets fan.
But he wasn't claiming the Jets.
It's close.
You know what's so sad is fans like you that piss me off. You literally said no. You cannot celebrate your team being 3-1 right now because you gave up on your team. You gave up on your team when you thought they was going to be trash, and they're leading the division right now above the New Orleans Saints. The L baby. That's not even L Baby's team as well. So I don't even know what I'm even talking about.
Dub. You act like it's over yet. You act like the Bucs gonna be leading the NFC South for the rest of the long haul.
I don't know.
This is what you guys have to understand.
I bleed that black and gold. G Baby and OG are fake.
Why your header is
with the Justin Herbert profile pick, my guy.
Oh shit! I'm supposed to remove this shit. Hold on.
I know it's coming. Yeah, I knew it was coming. But what they don't understand is that I've been a Bucs fan. I've been a Bucs fan since 1999, bro. And y'all think I'm just gonna up and leave the Bucs just like that?
And we got a David Beckham version here. Then we got a blue version.
What is? Yeah, OJ, what you gotta say?
That's how I feel talking about.
This is what I gotta say. Hold on. This is what I gotta say,
bro. Guys with their teams, I feel like,
you know what?
I feel like this.
I've got this water, and we've got this red version. We got a red bottle, and we got a David Beckham version here, and we got a blue version.
That's how much sense y'all make your favorite teams.
So this is what I gotta say. Just give me a minute, bro. I've been a Bucs fan since 1999. When I became a Bucs fan, the quarterback was Sean King. There's probably two people on here that actually know who Sean King is. It's probably Trey and then probably Bama. That's it, bro. I don't.
The two old heads.
Fluent's old enough. Fluent's old
right away.
No, I don't think Fluent knows. I'm not even talking about age, bro. I don't know how old Trey is of Bama, bro. I'm just talking about. I know based on their football knowledge. With all due respect, Fluent. I know
Fluent's football knowledge is not up there. That's cool.
Do you guys really think that after 20 years, I'm gonna literally give up on the Bucs, even if I wanted? So the whole Jets thing.
But you did. Did you not go to a football game?
Not only did you give up on the Bucs, wait, G-Baby, because you don't know this, G-Baby, I don't know. Not only did you give up on the Bucs, you moved out the city. You left. So don't even say you didn't give up on the Bucs.
Funny? You know what's funny? There's a show that's Fluent Eye. There's a show.
OG is a Jets fan.
4 people. He knows exactly why I moved to Virginia. Because his wife does exactly what my wife does, but I'm just gonna act like I'm gonna pretend that he doesn't know. He knows exactly why I'm in Richmond, bro, and he's trolling. But it's all good.
Bro, you're
definitely shout out that Mookie.
Shout out Table.
Put Herbert right back on it.
And by the way, I'll be back in Tampa.
Now that profile picture's sick. I ain't gonna lie.
Mookie, who that Saints? Your Saints are terrible, bro. I told you, man.
Hey, bro. You also told, bro. You told us that we're gonna be 0-3, bro, and you told us that we're gonna be the last one in our kitchen, bro. So, like Mookie, I said, bro,
I did say that.
When you think about it, bro,
I did say that.
Our offense is bad, but once we get once our offense get intact, once we finish out the chemistry issues, once Pete Carter might get his play calling on attack, which I don't think he would, but I think I'm gonna hold on to hope for that. Then I think the Saints could be number 1 in that division. But I know so many people sit there and say,
bro, Y'all need to give up. What's the name of the fake quarterback, running back, Jack Gadget guy y'all use? Yo, y'all need to give that up. That's whack, bro. That's not working, bro.
Yeah, tell Pete Carmichael that stuff. It's so predictable. That's all he was running.
I mean, QB power. Let's be real.
It was sacrifice QB power, or then they have
QB power.
They'll have Taysom Hill running it off.
You know what the difference is?
Then they have Taysom Hill.
Our O-line is trash. Trevor Penning is garbage. That's the problem.
That's Slash 2.0.
Though, man, you guys are playing like
y'all don't know Slash because
Pete Carmichael. Pete Carmichael. Guys, remember Pete Carmichael was the same one last year who said, Michael Thomas hurt, Jarvis Landry hurt. Olava's a stud, but these are only weapons, so they're going to be king on him. Hey, let's not give Alvin Kamara the ball. That's what Pete Carmichael did last year. Alvin Kamara went games, not one, games, having 10 or less touches.
Right.
Alvin Kamara of all people. Hey, but you know what he did? You know what he did when his friend came back? 13 catches. No,
but G baby, that's the thing.
31 yards.
Like G baby, I'm in the next 3 weeks, everybody will be talking about the Saints as being one of the legit contenders in the NFC. This is just 4 games. I think they could turn it around. I think the Saints, to me, defense can get much better. But like I said, if your offense keep on going 3 and out and not score touchdowns or not get a great drive, it's going to affect the defense, bro. And that's what we've seen the last couple of weeks.
Maybe Derek Carr is who we thought he was.
What you thought he was? Hold on, OJ. What you thought he was?
Better with
I got you, Mookie. Hold on.
That's what I thought he was.
All right, so if he butt cheeks, what is Lamar?
I know you did not.
I'm not going this route.
If he butt cheeks, what is Lamar?
Anyway, I feel like
I won't even respond to that.
Yeah, you're not gonna respond because you cook your body.
I feel like we're picking and choosing when.
That's crazy, bro.
And this is not just here. I've seen it on press box and open field. I feel like we're picking and choosing when we're going to.
Yo, you should have went in on press box, dog. You be tripping, bro. Like you opened the door, but you didn't completely step in that thing.
For
you know
what?
what I'm saying, bro?
For what?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about Lamar.
But anyways, like I'm
fan so dumb when it comes to Lamar, bro. I'm even gonna start with you, bro.
Because Lamar no husband. Go ahead, speak up.
Yo, Mookie
7 minutes into the show, we managed to find a way to
do it on purpose. You're right, OJ.
I do want to talk about.
And what's so crazy? I feel like I'm dumb enough because I give in to it almost every time. I feel like
I know it because you know that shit true, nigga.
Yo, listen. I need everyone to understand something. We heard some blasphemous things today on press box. One of the things that I didn't think I would hear is that Brock Purdy being a better thrower of the football than Lamar Jackson.
He is. I mean, bro, like, is that a bad thing?
Dub, I don't like you today.
Hold on. Dub, is that a bad take?
That's a terrible take. That's a terrible take.
If you look on film, what does Lamar have over Brock Purdy as a passer?
Everything.
Like what?
The intermediate.
Break it down, bro. Because the
intermediate game. It's early Cofield. Yep, love early Cofield. Go ahead. Trey.
Let's not even get too far into because right now we entertaining bullshit. Like
Trey, can you break it down, please? I don't care about this soliloquy shit. Like, yeah, we entertaining bullshit. Just break this shit down, bro. God damn, bro. You do this shit every day. You sit there, get up bad shit and don't break this shit down. Get to your goddamn point, bro.
No. Okay, cool. You want to be a dumbass, so let me go ahead and give you. Come on.
My man, Trey, I'm not gonna lie, you do that every single time.
That is annoying, bro.
Hey, wait. I'm gonna make this real short. At the end of the day, anybody trying to say that Lamar Jackson is worse than Brock Purdy in any fashion, you are full of shit and you don't know what you're
The only thing I would say, he has a strong arm.
about.
Lamar has a strong arm.
I don't think
Lamar has a stronger arm, and yeah, you can argue the intermediate, but accuracy, consistency with the accuracy, and we talking about like Like first read ain't there. Look at the second read. Looking on the other side of the field.
No. Wait. Stop. This is where I interrupt, bro. The reason why I don't want to hear that, Brock Purdy, literally is one read. He's literally one read. If it's not CMC, no, I'm about to explain what Brock Purdy does. Kyle Shanahan calls a play. Let's say it's for Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk out there. Oh look, CMC. Kyle Shanahan calls the next play. It's for Kittle. Kittle's not there. Oh look, CMC. Third play. Hey, let's get Debo in the backfield. Let's work on him. Debo's not there. Oh look, we got that white man CMC running the football, who's probably on right now.
But that's progression reads. That's like your first read.
That's one read.
No, that's your first read.
Check down. One read check down.
Hold on.
But when you're not there, he hits the check down.
Okay, then that's good. That's going through your progressions. That's going through your progressions, G baby, and that's what he does. But that's going through your progressions. That's like, bro, the wide receiver's not there. Say if they wanted a curl route. The curl route is there. Let me go look at the left side of the field, and I'm going to find Christian McCaffrey, bro.
Mookie. Reading the field, he doesn't go, all right, wide receiver 1, Kittle, wide receiver 2, Debo, whoever.
Yes, he does.
He doesn't check down. Here, check. Like, no.
But he's very good. That's one thing I would say about Brock Purdy. And that's what makes him very, very solid.
Good at checking down to
he's good. He's good. He's going through his progression at the check. Like if you take a snap, CMC ain't available on the check route. He look at Brandon Ayuk, who's one of the deep post fade.
Or you know how crazy it's gonna be that your running back is your first read. The check down is your first read game.
No, I'm just saying when he takes a snap. Or say if they do a running back screenplay, the first read is to Christian McCaffrey. But that's what I'm sitting there saying. He goes through his first reads well. He's going through his progressions well, right? And he knows how at times, bro. He knows how at times his accuracy is more consistent than Lamar Jackson, bro. You don't see at times where he will underthrow a receiver on a curl route, missing wide open fucking bunnies when it's like 3rd and 5.
Don't lie about it.
I hate you. You know what you did.
You gotta move on.
Hold on, what you said, Trey?
You're lying about that same play again, like we didn't do this on Monday.
Hold on. Dub missed the easy one. Dub would have been laughing his ass off if I would have showed him the other one. He missed that one play too.
Okay,
but Dub tried to save y'all niggas because I was cooking y'all niggas. But like I said there, that's not a bad take. Brock Purdy is really, really solid, bro. I think Brock Purdy.
So is Brock Purdy close to the top 10 movie?
Where does Brock Purdy rank in the NFL right now? Actually, what is your top 15 list? Actually, I am curious about that.
All right, so
in order.
Yeah, Justin Herbert 1, Derek Carr 2.
No. Stop.
Justin Herbert is.
I got to start from 10. So 10.
No, 15. Because I want to know where Brock Purdy is.
All right, 15. You can go Matthew Stafford.
At 15?
How do you already start off that wrong?
No. It's not in order because I can't do it in order.
I think it's easier if you go from the best and then the worst.
Okay, for the best. Okay, because I won't put I will put Matthew Stafford. After that, I will put you can throw Kyler Murray. You can throw in Dak Prescott. You could throw in what's that other guy? Damn, what's that nigga name?
He's trying to say everybody's name, but
bro. It's up to Geno Smith.
Okay.
Geno Smith. Then after that, Derek Carr.
That's
10 through 15.
Oh, that's 10 through 15.
That's got to be 10 through 15.
No, I think that's 11. I think it starts from 11.
Okay, 11 through 15. So then,
Okay. So Brock Purdy's not a top 15 quarterback for you.
No, he's like 17.
So where's Lamar?
Where is Lamar?
You know you hate Lamar.
Lamar is what, right now. Are you talking about right now?
No, as a thrower of the football.
I could name about 20 quarterbacks better than Lamar Jackson.
Hey, who's a better thrower of the football, Daniel Jones or Lamar Jackson?
Lamar, because I'll give him the intermediate, but I'll give him the intermediate. because I think his intermediate passing is more consistent.
Yeah, okay.
Daniel Jones probably have a stronger arm, right? But other than that, Lamar's intermediate passing is really good. But outside the numbers, his deep ball accuracy.
Jared Goff or Lamar Jackson as a thrower for football.
Damn.
That's tough for you, huh?
I cannot believe we're doing.
Nah, Jared Goff has a stronger arm. The reading defense is about.
Jared Goff has a stronger arm than Lamar Jackson.
Yes, he does. His deep ball accuracy is much better. His deep ball accuracy much better. I don't even know what. Fix your face. Fix your motherfucking face.
Fields or Lamar Jackson, Mookie.
Fix your.
But Lamar.
Hold on.
Lamar has a stronger arm.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. That's the only person that I would say like Lamar clears as a passer.
Baker Mayfield or Lamar Jackson as a thrower of the football?
I would say Lamar. Next.
Okay.
Now, why y'all didn't name me Kirk Cousins or Matthew Stafford or Derek Carr? Why y'all didn't name me
I think Matthew Stafford is a better passer than Lamar.
Way better pass. It's not even fucking close.
Hey, him or Russell Wilson? Lamar or Russell Wilson?
Damn. Give me Russ.
It's fine. We won't have to go down. We will have to go down this train again. I forgot where I was going with this. Actually, I'm not even gonna lie. It's just such a tremendous start. Flowing, how are you, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you doing?
Chilling. We had a great episode last night. I loved it. Like the video, subscribe. Angie, I'm not reading that super chat. But anyways,
what you say?
Nothing. Anyways,
oh, come on.
I'm not reading that super chat.
That's serious.
We have to protect the panelists. Well, anyways, I do want to talk about the $45 million man, Daniel Jones. You know, all of this talk about, and also because J-Rob brought this up with the Chicago Bears too. I do want to talk about Chicago Bears as well. But Daniel Jones and the Giants are in the gutter right now. They have no offensive line. They have no weapons. They have nothing, literally. And what can the Giants do right now? I don't know. They're locked in with this contract with Daniel Jones, and I'm kind of worried for their future. All the progression which they had last season seems as if it doesn't mean anything anymore. So I need to hear you guys' takes on this, G-Baby. I see you got to get something off.
Yeah, and I wish my man Trent was here for this, because I remember him yelling at me.
Stay ducking.
When I told him.
Man is taking a test, Mookie. Shut up.
I know. Oh, you okay?
A Giants test.
I was like, I guess. Anyways, I remember him yelling at me because I told him the fact that Daniel Jones is asking for 40-something guaranteed, it's not worth it. You can find somebody else. You can draft somebody. You can get a low-level free agent guy who can just be your bridge guy, because we all knew, well, the people who watch college football knew, that the quarterback class that was coming out after the AR-15 won in the boys was still pretty loaded. We knew that class was loaded. So not paying a guy that is asking for way more than he's worth, right? There's a reason. Like, even though we say, oh, you should have took the fifth-year option, there's a reason they declined it. There's a reason the option was declined. Because they didn't think that even with that option, that he was worth keeping it. Let's be real. Let's be a honey. The reason they also declined it was because Dable did not think that Daniel Jones was going to look somewhat solid. I think when Brian Dable took this job, I think he already had in mind, all right, well, eventually we're going to move off this guy, but I'm not going to get rid of him now, so we might as well use him. That's how I personally feel. It's a New York market. It's not like you can't attract free agents, especially if you got something good going on. So that's my problem with that. I told him, you can live, because if you resign him, you're paying him on his money.
Who noise is that?
Yeah, you're
82 mil. I don't. That's not me because I can hear it. But 82 mil guaranteed over the next 2 seasons. So even if you cut him, that's 82 mil in dead money, right? So if you do suck, you're in the same position and you ain't got no money to move. So you might as well go get the next guy that you can build on, because let's be real, Daniel Jones, even if he was solid, let's say he had the same season as last season, there's a cap there. You're not going to be bad enough to get a top pick, but you're not going to be good enough to compete. So there's a cap there. And we talk about it all the time. Fluent has mentioned it. Dub has mentioned it. When you're a team where you're just kind of stuck in that middle, there's no future there because you're never going to be good enough to compete for a Super Bowl where you can spend all the money and do what the Rams did and go all in, but you're not going to be bad enough to get somebody that can potentially change your franchise and get you to the level that you want to be at. Because at the end of the day, no matter what Chicago and Denver might tell you, everybody's trying to win a Super Bowl at the end of the day. I think that's why we all.
Please let me go next, man. Because
let me go next. Let me go.
Baby sound like
here's my thing, right? Here's the thing, bro. People that, and I love how you brought up the contract, G baby. And I realized something. People that thought the contract was bad, you guys were always gonna bring it up and always look for an opportunity. It's called confirmation bias. You were always gonna bring it up the minute Daniel Jones played bad. So I don't even want to go back into that. To me,
hold on. No, I got to call time out there because I was one of the ones who said it was a bad contract because he only looked good because of his running game. And if they don't have Saquon Barkley carrying that offense, he's going to look bad again. That's not confirmation bias because we called it before it happened.
Yeah,
confirmation.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the problem.
And also, too, I don't even think it's Daniel Jones' fault. But now,
but here's the problem: the Giants didn't have much of a choice. You guys are acting like they had a choice. You kind of had.
No, they had a choice. They always have a choice.
We're done with the season. We're gonna let them walk, bro. They didn't have that many options.
Hold up, Trent.
But that aside, and I'm gonna be real quick.
They could have got Andy Dalton.
I'm gonna actually end my whole thing with a question. What quarterback without Saquon and with that offensive line would not look half as bad as Daniel Jones?
Which is why I said I don't think it's Daniel Jones'. I don't think it's Daniel Jones' fault.
Wait. Hold on. What you're saying is without Daniel Jones and that O-line, no quarterback or very few quarterbacks would look good or whatever, whoever they would get.
No, what I'm saying is with Saquon Barkley out and with that O-line, most quarterbacks would look horrible. And
right. I'm saying fine. If I'm not going to disagree with that point. What I am going to say is most of those same quarterbacks would have looked just as good, if not better, than Daniel Jones looked last year with that running game and line. So
I'll take it a step.
Let Flo finish this. You finish your point, Flo.
Go ahead, G baby.
I'm sorry, Flo. I just wanted to add on to that because even with what you're saying with Daniel Jones, a lot of the quarterbacks that you're saying would look just as bad don't cost $42 million guaranteed.
And that's where I was going to go because not only did they overpay a quarterback that we all knew he wasn't that guy, right? We said, okay, in the right system with Saquon playing, if he's playing safe, he's a game manager, he'll be okay. That's honestly what we said about Daniel Jones. That's why we said it was too much money. So why not get someone in on the cheap? Because what they did when they paid him was one, they said he's our guy. Well, we all know that was dumb. So now you lose confidence. Two, they paid him well before they played Saquon, which also created a little tension because you're like, oh, yeah, we're going to take care of Saquon, we're going to take care of Daniel Jones, but we know he only looked that good because of Saquon, and they made it an issue paying him, and they only gave him a 1-year deal? So everything they did just kept stirring the pot in the wrong direction. So that's what I'm saying is they would have been better off finding a cheaper replacement to Daniel Jones, because let's be honest, where is Daniel Jones on the pecking order of NFL quarterbacks? Is he top 20?
You know what? You've convinced me.
Yo, why did
you've convinced me. This is why you've convinced me. You've convinced me because if you're giving him that money, you're basically saying you're committed to him to the future, and he's not a franchise quarterback.
Okay.
You've convinced me.
He's a really good backup.
Wait, but hold on. Wait, can I say real quick? Because it was a lose-lose situation from the get-go. Because just Trent.
That's Trent right there at the bottom. Trent. He's on the bottom.
Yo, Trent. You said what?
Aren't you writing the test? Are you in the room right now?
I just finished
the Giants test.
It was the Giants test.
I just finished it, so I'm making food right now. I'm about to be on my computer soon. But
all right.
The reason, bro, it was almost a lose-lose situation because last year I didn't expect us to make the playoffs, and we did. We were supposed to be ready for the future. So the fact that we made the playoffs and then he played good that game makes it bad because we had to sign. We basically, because y'all always say go the cheaper route. Who are we going to sign? We didn't have a draft pick to get a top.
Andy Dalton.
Shut up.
Stop it.
He's answering the question. Andy Dalton was
Baker Mayfield.
No, but there was guys like Baker Mayfield and those other guys, right?
Y'all serious, bro?
They're at the same level of quarterback. And here's what the Giants made them. And you guys are closer to the Giants organization, so you hopefully you'll understand this. The Giants made the mistake of there was no expectations, right? And they exceeded what some said. Like no one thought they were going to make the playoffs. Boom, they make the playoffs. Oh, now we gotta pay this guy and keep it going. No, stay smart. You know he wasn't the guy, right? You know that was a good fluke. Let's be honest. Year. Don't dump your money into that. Play it smart, even if it means losing him. Or honestly, if you offered him less, if you offered him half, if you offered him $20 million, is anybody else giving that to Daniel Jones? And if they do, take him. Then you look like the smart ones that let him walk.
And I said the same thing for him.
Why they couldn't franchise tag him last year?
Because if you would have franchise tagged him,
that would have been more.
That defeats the purpose.
That would have been more money.
Yeah, that would have been even worse. But hold on, because the main.
Can I go now?
Go ahead.
Yeah, you have my permission, Trey. Go ahead.
Yeah, because
that's crazy.
Little ass boy. That's crazy.
Little ass boy.
I fucking relax.
Anyway, go finish your test. Go finish your food.
All right.
Nah, I'm done. I'm making food, but
let's try get this on. Go ahead.
At this point, I'm so sick of talking about this damn team. I've watched them fuck this up for years on so many levels.
You see what's on my shirt, right?
Yes. Like I'm annoyed. Like I've never believed in Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is a good dude and he's tough. Like I get why the people in the building like him. Like he's tough, he's smart, but 15-5 last year wasn't fucking cutting it. I'm sorry. Like, I don't care if you made the playoffs. You made the playoffs because of Saquon. That motherfucker was a passenger. Like, point blank period, end of discussion. That's why this entire whole saga about not paying Saquon, but you paid everybody else, that shit pissed me off watching it. It should have pissed me off. It should have pissed off everybody. Because the main reason why we made the playoffs last year was because Saquon was healthy. No other reason. He is the engine that makes this entire team go. You pay him first and foremost before you pay anybody. I never wanted Daniel Jones as our quarterback. I didn't pay him. I would have rather us try and actually gamble, be aggressive, mortgage some of our future, and see if we can go get an AR-15, or at the very least, hold out for the next draft and see if we can flip something in instead of doing what we're doing now. Now,
you could have got Trey Lance.
You could have went after Derek Carr if he was more aggressive.
Nobody wanted Derek Carr.
No, bro. Derek Carr was Derek Carr was locked in with the Saints.
He's way better than Daniel Jones.
We were never going to get him.
I don't know about that.
He was locked in with the Saints off the rip. We wasn't getting him regardless.
Yeah, but before he went to the Saints, you should have been the aggressive, bro.
Mookie, he was already locked in, bro.
You know what?
He wasn't locked in. He was taking interviews for the Jets and stuff like that.
You want a quarterback who's mobile, who can't throw? I think he's a backup in Atlanta. You could have used him for a year for a stopgap.
Oh my God. All right.
We're not doing that.
Bro, the gap between Daniel Jones and all these guys is not big enough to justify it.
I also want to address another point when it came to like who should they pay, because I don't know if Trent specifically said it, but I know a common thing that brought up, oh, well, you pay Saquon, he's just going to be hurt. Well, you don't pay him. Let's just say he would have, not played. He wouldn't have sat out. Well, then you're still stuck in the same problem.
Bro, it was a lose-lose situation from the get-go.
Yes. And Trent, because there was a lose-lose situation, you know what? If it's a lose-lose situation, you know what lose situation I'd rather be in? The one where I don't commit to Daniel Jones for 4 years.
Well, here's another worst part that we're not talking about yet. I'm not expecting us every year to draft linemen terrorists. I'm not expecting Evan Neal to be that. Because we all can tell we wasn't going to win. We're not going to win a lot of games from this stretch because AT's out. Because A.T. Thomas can't save the right side of the field. He can't save Mark Lewinsky and Evan Neal almost allowing 20 pressures by themselves. He can't save that. So I think you can say it's the money issue and Daniel Jones is that. I feel like it's more than that too. that we're not talking about here.
It is, but look, and I'm telling you right now, this stretch is not Daniel Jones' fault. Y'all don't look bad because of Daniel Jones. However, that's why we're addressing what happened before. Because even before all this, I told you, Trent, you yelled at me for it, but I told you, look, let's just say y'all pay Daniel Jones all this money and y'all suck. Y'all still suck. Well, now you committed to him at the very least for the next 2 because it's guaranteed. And the reason I said, even if you guys are gonna suck, you might as well do it without Daniel Jones.
I told y'all
the reason y'all should just the reason if y'all gonna suck regardless, might as well suck without him because you got a quarterback class that's deep. And let's be real,
hey,
y'all probably gonna end up with a top 5 pick right now.
But D-Babe, I don't even know why you giving pity party to the Giants fan. I tried to tell y'all, bro. The main concern I have about the Giants is their defense is not really that good. Their weapons is very questionable, right? And also the offensive line is terrible. And also you have Daniel Jones on the quarterback. But when I sat here and said that the Commanders would be better than the Giants, people on this panel laughed at me. Trent laughed at me. G-Baby laughed at me.
No, I didn't because I didn't because I said the same thing.
Y'all laughed at me, bro. And what's happening right now? On the top, bro. They better than you.
I know how to DM.
Say this at the end of the year because because we don't know what's going to happen. If AT and Saquon come back later down the year, because this hold on.
What proof do you have that this can get better?
Because the games we're facing top teams. This first 7 games, the back half of the schedule is not as hard. So something can happen.
I can't let you have that, bro. You have to remember last year the Giants won on the margins, bro. They were winning. They barely won games, and this year it's just not happening again, bro. They're not going to win on the margins again. Like that.
Dub always brings this up because I'm not. But Dub always brought us up that we were playing mid teams and bad teams were winning. We were also the bad teams winning the games. So all I'm saying is, so later down the stretch, we play easier teams down the road. We can still get the 6-7 wins. I'm just saying, let's not. Mookie, you saying that shit already? It can bite you in the ass. You gonna look stupid.
No, it's not. I've been right already. Your old line is trash.
Because look, we've seen this before multiple times. The Lions last year, they went 1-6. They turned it around. The Jags last year, they were bad.
And they missed the playoffs.
They turned it. I don't have them making the playoffs regardless.
You had them being better than the Commanders.
I don't have both of them go. I don't think both of them can go to the playoffs. I said at best.
It's reasonable for the Commanders to make it.
The Commanders are not making the playoffs this year.
They being better than y'all.
Are you missing the point, or you just want to just argue?
Yes. No, because I'm just saying, like
you just want to argue.
Hold on, you're not giving me that. Hold on. Trent, you're not giving me that same thing. I tried to tell you before the season starts that the Commanders are better than y'all. You said, "No, I'm not trying to hear that. We got a better team. We was better." Now you trying to sit there and blame all the weapons and stuff like that. But you said it was better than
it's week 5. So if this shit bites you in the ass, you gonna say you sorry? No.
So I mean, if I'm wrong, shit, but I'm never wrong.
You never wrong.
All right. I've had enough.
I love this.
It's just getting.
Can I say something about this though? I really do want to say something about the Giants, and we're gonna have a completely objective opinion. The thing is, and this is where the main argument for me is, where I agree with Trey and a lot of people. Where is Daniel Jones trash? No, I don't think he's trash. The dude that literally has 1 second to throw the ball. That's insane. Watching that, and Trent made a good point. You're going up against the Seattle Seahawks, who's not a great defense. And they had a sack record, bro. That's insane.
They were looking like the Legion of Boom 2.0.
I'm screaming. Yo, my voice is gone because I've been screaming last few, bro. This is not the 49ers. This is not the Eagles. This is not the Cowboys. This is Seattle fucking Seahawks almost break the sack record in one game. Trey, I swear to God, if I see Evan Neal karaoke one more time trying to recover because he get beat, I'm going to slap him. I'm getting, bro, I don't understand. I don't understand. How can our O-line get worse from last year? And it was already bad.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
But y'all not drafting no good tackles.
No, you know what it is? Because this why I can't stand little
y'all not trading
for
no good tackles in the league, bro.
This is why I can't stand little Hornswoggle bottom right talking right now. He always glazes these Bama players, and they always end up like bust. I don't know why. When they come to the Giants, they want to be garbage. I don't know why. Hornswoggle, you there? And then Evan Neal want to make that comment today, calling fans flipping burgers. You about to be flipping burgers if you don't
Mookie.
keep this up.
Mookie, you got that SpongeBob.
I didn't say that. I didn't say who.
I'm just talking about in
Hold
general.
on, wait. What? I think Bama's responding. Go ahead, Bama.
Yeah. He got that breath from that episode when they burnt down the movie theater with that green breath. So don't play with me, Mookie. Snaggle too fast, boy. First off, also don't disrespect the Bama player, bro. Don't act like Xavier McKinney ain't putting in work for you.
Hey, that's my dog. I ain't say nothing about him.
Yeah. Don't disrespect now.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the key
We
pieces.
putting in work over there.
Hey, Bama, you know where we took Evan Neal? 6.
I mean, he was good. I thought he was.
Yeah, he looks like a salesman right now.
It happened.
Oh, it happened.
That's what happens. You know?
Dub, this is what I don't understand. How come these mid teams be getting all these primetime games, bro? Like
we in New York.
I don't understand how Giants be getting all these primetime games.
It's the market.
We have another primetime game. Literally
Like they're so mid. Like
it's the market. It's the market. They have to play towards the market. The market sells a lot. That's why a lot of mid teams. Yeah, my bad. The water went down the wrong pipe. Pause.
Oh.
But
what's it called? To go back.
I guess.
To go back what I was saying before. Yeah, Daniel Jones isn't that trash. I think he's like an average, he's like a mid-tier quarterback for me. The Giants, though, messing everything up by being locked in with this guy for so long when you have so many other issues to fix. Like I told Trent, I've been saying this for a while, the Giants got a little bit overhyped off of them making the playoffs last season, and a lot of the teams in which they beat were scrubs. So you allowed your opinion to be justified off of paying this guy, because this is what I hear from, not you, Trent. This is what I hear from Daniel Jones supporters all the time. He got us to the playoffs. He's got us to the playoffs. He was so good. Y'all were beating scrubs. Y'all were beating trash teams after trash teams.
We were also the scrubs.
Okay, but that's the point is, now that you're actually having a schedule where you're facing competent teams, I'm not going to lie. Every loss that you had, I've expected y'all to lose, even being healthy. So what I'm saying is, y'all allowed this you were hypnotized with y'all making the playoffs last season, so you got locked into a $45 million contract with Daniel Jones, and now Saquon's on the burner of that. When he was a guy I would have been locked in more with Saquon.
Saquon is more valuable.
I think Saquon's easy. I think Saquon, because Chill asked it, Saquon is easier to build around than Daniel Jones.
Yes, and I'm gonna just say this right now because there's somebody in the chat who keeps talking about position value and blah 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 blah. That's the problem with some of you nerds out here who listen to these analytic guys and these dudes that get on ESPN after they've been fired from front offices in the NFL, telling you, oh, it's about position. It's about no. At the end of the day, elite players, regardless of position, need to be paid. They need to be kept. They are elite because they are rare. You cannot replace them easily. If you just go off position, your ass will end up working at ESPN, at NBC Sports, at freaking
Fox Sports,
whichever one
podcast.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, thank you, Trey. You're absolutely right. Because at the end of the day, there's how many quarterbacks in this league that can lead a team deep into the playoffs? Maybe 3. The rest of the teams are built around team, which is they have a strong defense, a good running game, an offensive line, and a average to above average quarterback. So you already had the super.
But let's play devil's advocate though, like, because let's say if okay, you get Daniel Jones, right? You build around Daniel Jones. Say if you get good weapons around Daniel Jones, like a top 10 receiver in the league, and then pair him up with another top 20 wide receiver in the league, and then you replace it with a good O-line. Do y'all think that Daniel Jones has the capability with a good situation? No. You know what I'm saying? To lead a team to a playoff?
Any mid-level quarterback will be good with that much talent around him, but that's how hard is that to find? Where you find a wide receiver, a top 20 wide receiver, and a good offensive line? How many teams have that?
I'm just saying. That's why you have to build. Like, I mean, there's times where we see.
I just think the issue with this Mookie is that, bro, we we picked up solvable, doable pieces. I think that could do well. The issue is, because Daniel Jones, he hasn't been playing that well this season. What the issue is, bro, our draft history has been terrible O-line. Like,
a lot of teams don't have that.
Like, it's almost a curse. Like, we have Eric Flowers at right tackle. We have Mike Rimmers at right guard. JMS is actually okay, but bro, I was just so dumbfounded. Like, bro, 7 sacks, 8 sacks, 30 pressure versus the Cowboys. Every time we run a play action, the front side is always open. I don't know how they always get to us on play action.
Take that 40, 50 million, split it in half, put half into a quarterback and the other half into the O-line.
So here's the thing about that, though, especially from this year, there was really no O-line that we could have gotten. That's why it was so.
I don't buy that, because there's always availability with draft picks, with trades, with signings. There's always a way. Just like there's always a way to circumvent the salary cap. There's always a way to figure it out. Like, I forget who it was who did they restructured and became? Was it the Jets with Aaron Rodgers? I know he got hurt, but I think he restructured his deal and he went from having no salary cap to the most salary cap in the NFL. Like, there's always
I could see them restructuring his contract after this year.
There's always ways to do stuff. So my point is this: you guys
are making $45 million.
You guys are all loving Brock Purdy right now. Brock Purdy is not a good quarterback. He is not, but he's on a team with a perfect system. Weapons all around him in Kittle and Debo, and
he's not a good one. He's just an average one.
That's my point. And a solid defense, and he looks better. And I think that's what happened to Daniel Jones last year. He was in the same situation where he had a really good running back, a good defense, and he looked better than he really was.
I'm not going.
Yeah,
I think we kind of being hella disingenuous right now, but I'm gonna let y'all rock because
what Fluent is saying.
I've been saying it since last year. It's not like
what Fluent is saying isn't far-fetched, and my thing is, okay, so last year, pretty much everybody on this panel and anybody who actually watches football knows that Saquon was the engine behind that offense at the very least. And Daniel Jones just didn't turn over the ball as much as he used to. That was how
that's the gist of it.
That was the gist of the offense.
Yeah.
So, and the
Trent,
only
it was
person I
9
am going
people
to
in the
shout
box
out,
one game, and they still ran the ball game. Man, you ain't finna play that game with me. You're not finna play that game with me.
What game,
bro? Several games towards that playoff,
and also, and Bama. Let's keep it. Why wouldn't you? Do y'all even know how Isaiah Hodgins got on the team and he's starting number one?
Just stuttering. But
like, what are you saying?
Jones airing it out.
But what are you saying? But Bama, who wouldn't put 9 in the box with the team that we have around us? Who wouldn't?
But my thing
is, let me ask you this. So let me ask you this. So you stacking the box. You stacking the box with other. Name $40 million quarterbacks, and when you name them, ask yourself: is you put 9 people in the box?
This is where you lose context.
Lamar Jackson.
Chill out, Moogie. This is where you lose context though, because especially off last year, whenever you talk about, of course you're going to put 9 people in the box when you got you, Dub, and Fluent at receiver and tight end. Who wouldn't do that?
I'm a good receiver. You better check yourself, bro.
I'm just
I couldn't imagine.
What are you you saying that 9 people in the box? Of course, you're going to stack the box when there's literally nobody else to throw the ball to. What type of dumbass point is to bring that out? That's just stupid.
That's actually not a bad point, though, Trent. What he's saying is that we fear Daniel Jones so little that we're going to commit all our resources to stopping Saquon, and you won't make us, and you can't make us pay for that.
But also too, Trent. Even okay, fine. This year, let's just say your O-line was somewhat solid, right? They probably wouldn't stack 9 in the box, but with Saquon there, they're still putting 8, and that's my whole thing. You're still because my thing is when everybody could see on film last year, the engine was Saquon. Hey, there was games Daniel Jones, he made some throws, he made some plays. Shout out to him. That was his best season by far. Saquon was still the engine. So, shout out to Daniel Jones' agent because he did his job. He got Daniel Jones the best possible contract he could. Shout out to Daniel Jones' agent. However, the organization is stupid because when you look at what happened, okay, if we lose Saquon, I'm not even talking about the injury. Let's just say he would have decided, I'm sitting out, I know my value, bump this. Even if your O-line was still somewhat solid, they would still be doing this. Y'all would still be looking mid. Y'all would still, even if the O-line wasn't giving up 11 sacks to a mid defense in Seattle, y'all still would be getting smacked. Y'all still wouldn't be looking good because you don't have that energy.
I think it would at least look a little bit decent, little bit.
Without Saquon, I don't think so.
I mean,
without
Saquon,
with Breida as your RB1, I don't think so.
But that's what me and you disagree. I said a little bit. I'm not saying a lot, but I'm just saying though, like I don't understand. Like, of course, niggas gonna stack the box on somebody when you have Saquon and then last year Richie James, Darius Slayton. Nobody fears you.
But even with Darren Waller, Jalen Hyatt, Isaiah Hodgins, or Wandale Robinson,
no. When that first game of the year, they didn't stack the box. They just got earholed. That's what happened. That's because the Cowboys
are. That's because the Cowboys are a defense where you don't have to. I'm not talking about the elite. Fuck all that shit. I'm just Trent. I'm not talking about
Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones got more weapons and got worse.
I'm not talking about the elite defenses that can do that, Trent. I'm just talking in general.
End of the day, it's still about money. At the end of the day, it's still about money. And there's no one on here, including you, Trent, that would say total cash. Daniel Jones should be the third highest paid quarterback in the league.
I never agree.
But that's what I'm saying. That's everyone's issue is that
they know that. But you always said, Trent, it's like, well, what can you do? You got to pay the quarterback. And our logic is, no, you don't.
When I say he's trash, I won't speak for other people. When I say he's trash, I say he's trash versus the amount of money he's getting paid. Because no quarterback in the NFL is trash. No starting quarterback is trash. I'm sorry. But based on what he's getting paid versus value of what you're getting from him, it's a bad deal.
That's not the
I
issue.
do want to say this too. Go ahead.
I'm not talking about the money because everybody knows it. I agree too. He shouldn't have got paid that much. But then my issue is people like Bama will be doing like the double standard shit. It's the same guy that be on press box talking about PTSD for Justin Fields and pressure this and pressure that. And when they come to Daniel Jones, he grabda, he ass. Like, you don't make no sense when you talk about all that shit.
Hell yeah, Bam, you don't keep the same.
You don't keep the same energy, and you do that with top tier.
Like, I gotta grab you by your wrist.
One thing I will say, little niggas. When Justin Fields is getting all of that pressure.
Pause for a second.
When Justin Fields is getting all of that pressure. That nigga look like the best running back in the NFL, bro.
And as far as total cash goes, because you know I'm all about that money, Justin Fields is the 40, man, maybe he's worth it, the 46th highest paid quarterback. So you know what? You're getting what you pay for. So no problem there.
That's disgusting, but okay. Okay. Oh, you got it.
I do want to say this, though.
Hey, who's hold on. Hey, Fluent.
Number
who's
one.
The highest paid quarterback in the NFL?
No.
Yeah, let's talk about him. Let me join my computer back. I'll be back.
Wait, what you get for him, Fluent?
I do want to say this because I do want to say this because we have Chilltown is going to be here soon, so I want to keep this topic still up here before we move on. I do want to say this.
He wanted Trey Lance to be his quarterback. Get out of here.
It's fine. Listen, I do want to say that the main issue with everything, and Trent, like, you keep ignoring this, is what Fluent is saying. The contract is OD, and this is my issue with people in general. They sit here and rush, and they sit here and make rash decisions. Oh, I have to pay this guy. I have to make sure I pay this guy this season and that season. I have to do it right away. No, you don't. Sometimes it's okay to just be patient, play the field, and see what opens up, because now they lock themselves in a contract that's going to be a hurdle for them for years to come that could stunt their growth, right? They do this in basketball. They do this in football and everything. The point is, you do not have to rush into these long-term contracts the same way you're treating the running back position.
Or you can
treat that with every position.
But Dub, you can in football, because just do it like everybody else. Don't make it a guaranteed contract. Then you're fine. You can cut him and you're out. And you know, in basketball, it sucks because they're all guaranteed. Yeah. In football, just don't guarantee it.
Imagine talking about Daniel Jones for like 30 minutes. That's crazy, man.
Nah, but last thing I'm going to say, and even though it hasn't worked out for them specifically, John Elway said something years ago when old man Brock Osweiler was a free agent. He said this years ago, and it stuck with me ever since. He said he doesn't understand why it either has to be you pay the minimum or the max for a quarterback. There should be a market for a mid-level quarterback, because at the time, Brock Osweiler was asking for some crazy amount. Cleveland gave it to him, but they asked, or Houston, whoever it was, was asking for some crazy amount.
I think it was you.
And John Elway literally said, Why do I have to pay you that much? Why can't there be a mid-level? And he's like, I'm not paying you. And granted, they haven't found their quarterback because they suck at drafting. Nevertheless, that to me is exactly applicable to Daniel Jones. Why? Because you had one somewhat solid season.
Yeah,
do I got to pay you a max contract?
There's 5 big money quarterbacks. There's probably 5 no money quarterbacks, and then the rest of them, the other 22 are right in the middle.
Hey, Tone.
Daniel Jones to me.
Hold on.
Guaranteed each year.
Chitchat got some beef with y'all, man.
Hey, Tone. Where did Daniel Jones get the nickname Danny Dimes?
From you, because I call him Danny No Dimes.
I ain't ask you that, Tone. Where did he get the nickname Danny Dimes?
I have no idea, Trent. Where did he get the
I'll tell you where he got the nickname Danny Dimes. He got it when he was in the pros because he could obviously throw. So we got that under control. He could obviously throw. So with that being said, how about we put some weapons around him? How about we do that as opposed to giving Saquon Barkley, who over the last 3 years has shown that he can't hold up. Who, by the way, I am a firm believer that in the next 3 years he's Zeke Elliott. That's who Saquon Barkley is 3 years from now. He is Zeke Elliott. I am 100%. That's who he is in 3 more years.
But I do not see him.
I do not see him hold up, and it is much easier. It is definitely less difficult to build around a quarterback who, in your terms, a quarterback who is mid than a running back who's not going to be able to hold up.
No,
who you're investing all of this money up. When has he been elite? When has he been elite? Whoa.
Last year.
Okay. Last year. Hold on. Last year. Before last year, what are we doing?
He was came off an ACL.
Okay, and before that, and then after that, then what?
Was he not the best running back in the league?
First 2 years.
He was elite. Chill. What the?
He was elite.
Nobody's saying that, Mook. Then what happened, Mook?
And then he got hurt, and then he
got hurt.
And then what happened? And then what happened?
And he was elite again.
And then what happened after that? Hold on. And then what happened after that?
He's hurt.
He got hurt again, correct? He got hurt again.
Let's be honest, Saquon's history is not that different from CMC, bro.
Exactly. And look,
but he's
still elite.
He's the best running back in the league.
Let me address
things he brought up. He's on the G baby. You carrying it by a stretch. He wasn't the best running back in the league.
No, he wasn't, Mook. That's correct, Mook. No, he was not.
He was not the best running back in the league.
No, he was not, Mook. No,
you had Derrick Henry. You had Derrick Henry. You had Dalvin Cook, who was making a great. Yes, he was. What are you talking about? Dalvin Cook was. Dalvin Cook had an argument of being the best running back in the league. What the fuck?
Hold on, wait.
I'm talking about Dalvin Cook in his prime. What are you talking
about? We're getting off track. Yeah.
Before we go any further, I just want to make it clear, J-Rob, Pluto is not a planet.
Hold on.
It is not a planet.
Let me address the 2 things you said, Jay. Let me address it. 1, you said who gave him the nickname Danny Dimes. So that was Max Kellerman, the same guy who picked Andre Iguodala. So that doesn't count. So we eliminate that. Number two, you talked about Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones. I'm not saying you give Saquon Barkley this massive 10-year forever contract. What I said was you pay Saquon Barkley first. You give him a 2 or 3 year deal because he's the one that carried your offense last season. And then you play Daniel Jones his worth or move on to somebody else. Because once you've paid Saquon, it changes the dynamic of the team because they all understood and saw Saquon carried our team. They took care of him. Now, okay, good. The pecking order is correct. What they did instead was they argued with Saquon and said, we're not going to pay you for whatever reasons. We don't want to pay you anything. And we're going to give Daniel Jones this huge contract that made him the 3rd highest quarterback cash value this season, which we all know is crazy. And it changes the dynamic of the team. Now the team has to be quarterback centric, which they're not. So
just so you know, they're only on the hook for Daniel Jones for 2 years. That's it. 2 years. It's not like they're on the books for him for 6 years. 2 years. That's it. Not only that, Trent. I'm watching this dude on Monday Night Football, and I'm watching a dude who, soon as he comes out of his 3-step drop, he's under attack. How can I throw the football?
And Chilltown, you're absolutely
right. How can I throw the football?
I don't think anybody.
No 5-step drop. No 3-step drop. Soon as I come up from under center, I am under attack.
And Chilltown, you're absolutely right. At least I'll just speak for me. I know it's not Daniel Jones' fault this year why he looks so bad because the O-line, as you just said, second he's out his 3-step, 5-step drop, he's getting pressured. I feel you on that. This problem started before that. To Fluent's point, yes, the pecking order and all that, but even then, you said you only locked in for 2 years. The reason why I said you shouldn't pay Daniel Jones right now, and you can live with 1 year of a mid, because this quarterback class that's coming out right here is deep. And let's be real. There's even and before we even knew Shador was gonna be balling like this, hey, that's another guy who might come out and was like, oh snap, there's another guy you can use.
I can get with that.
There's a deep quarterback class where if you needed to take just 1 year with an Andy Dalton, even let Tyrod Taylor finally get a full season starting before some bull crap happens that he loses his starting job. I'm saying if you had all that and this quarterback class was deep, let's just say you take. Okay, well, now you got a franchise guy who's cheap, mind you. You have another franchise guy on a rookie contract where you can then allocate that $42 million guarantee to other parts of your team and give him the best possible option because not only the Fluent's point by paying him first, but because it's $42 million guaranteed, not just this year, but next year too. They're gonna suck right now. They're probably gonna have a top 5 pick.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Go, keep going.
No, you're good. They're probably gonna have a top 5, top 7 pick.
G, can I ask you something?
And they still got to pay Daniel Jones.
G, can I
so
ask
what's
you
the
something?
point?
G, can I ask you something? I'm just asking a genuine question. You brought up the draft class is deep, dog, about the draft class, right? What the hell that got to do with terrorists on the online? We say
you got a dope quarterback. The fact
say if you draft a good quarterback,
you got a block. If you ain't nobody blocking for him, it don't make a difference.
You try to get a quarterback.
$30 million to the O-line.
But here's but here's the thing. Okay, you can do the money. I'm trying to talk about the team in the future.
Right.
You draft all the damn quarterbacks you want. When you have
same problem.
line,
Trent, if you don't pay Daniel Jones that $42 million guarantee, this offseason coming.
Trent, you're around the Giants more than other than maybe Trey, more than anybody else. So let me ask you a question. Is Daniel Jones a quarterback that can be successful without a solid O-line and running game?
No. Probably not.
No.
So
who can, Tone? That's elite. Who can? That's elite.
That's a badass.
What kind of bullshit logic is that?
Because that's the point. If no
Baker Mayfield's doing that right now, bro. Baker Mayfield's doing that.
No, stop it. That O-line's not that.
Let's go. Hold on, wait. Let's go and finish this point.
I'm sorry, Paul. Hey, keep going, Tone. Keep going, Tone.
To your point, exactly what we said. So if no quarterback can succeed that way, why are you dumping all that money into a quarterback that you know can't succeed that way? Because none can, according to your logic, and not put the money into other places and bring in another quarterback because we know even a lesser quarterback than Daniel Jones could be more successful if you had an O-line and a running game. So if you know that, work it that way.
J-Rob, I'm sorry. You was about to say something, J-Rob.
You have no option.
But
you have no option to do it the other way.
Money, we done
tried is actually 100%
to try to make him right. But the main issue is, yes, you can say for right now, yes, Daniel Jones don't look that good. But we have people like Evan Neal, like the O-line that's having 11, 7, 5, 6 sacks a game. So what I'm saying is, if you go through the process,
I thought the Saints was the word.
And you say if you draft a quarterback, you're going to go through the same cycle. We're going to talk the same shit about the same other
free
quarterback.
Agency is before that, and you have more money to spend. Free agency is before the
OJ, what point are we missing from G? I'm trying to figure out because essentially what Trent is saying is that all we're doing, we're not dealing with the problem. We're putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. That's all we're doing.
Yeah,
we're not dealing with the problem.
I think you guys gloss over what
you're not even a top 10 class, right?
Because one of the points that GB is making that you guys are glossing over by not paying Daniel Jones and going the draft way. Now you save a lot more money, so you guys completely ignore that. Not only that, you guys have to understand something. The quality of offensive line also is predicated on the quality of a quarterback and how fast they get rid of the ball. Prime example of that is Tom Brady, bro. Look at the Bucs offensive line before Brady and after Brady, bro. They literally were ranked in middle of the pack to top 3. And part of the reason is because Brady got rid of the ball so quickly, bro. So a good quarterback can help an offensive line to be better as well. So you get a Trent, Caleb Williams or whoever, man, they're naturally gonna be better, and you have more money to get.
OJ, are we comparing? Hold on, real quick, J. Rob. OJ, are we comparing a 17-year Tom Brady to Daniel Jones? Is that what we're really doing right now?
And you can't even compare the
No,
O-line.
it's not even Tom Brady. I'm comparing the concept of getting rid of the ball.
Right. So we talking about a dude with 17 years experience, knowing how to read defenses, knowing how to get rid of the ball quickly, as opposed to a dude in Daniel Jones who's constantly under attack.
I'm
sorry, keep going.
And to bring up the Bucs when they had Tristan Wirfs, right? They had a star-studded
offensive line was really good. That offensive line was really good, Joe. That offensive line was really good. J-Rob, I'm sorry, J-Rob, to interrupt you.
You guys are saying names, bro. You guys are saying names. Yes, Tristan Wirfs, Ryan Jensen, cool. They were literally middle of the pack before Brady. I don't care about the names, bro. As a unit, don't tell me about my team,
middle of the pack because they got hurt.
Hey, wait, everyone slow down.
No, he's saying before Brady.
J-Rob.
He's not talking about the year after.
Line back then.
That's J-Rob.
James switching through almost 40 touchdowns.
J-Rob, my bad.
Hey, hold on. Why you lying, OJ?
J-Rob.
I'm looking at it right now. It says the Buccaneers is ranked a top 7 offensive line, bro. Before
I don't see that.
It was on Pro Football Focus.
Look at the run block.
Oh, that's
Look
a
at the run
bad
block.
metric.
Pro Football Focus.
Go ahead, J-Rob. Go ahead,
J-Rob.
Pluto is a planet, J-Rob. I just want to put that out there. Pluto
Let me say one thing. First things first. I ain't gonna lie, OJ, you shouldn't have used that Buccaneers comparison at all, bro. What that O line was compared to what they got over there in New York, trash. Trent, you can say what you want about this O line too. One thing you got to mention: this is who your team. This who your team drafted, bro. These O linemen, most of them drafted by your squad. That's more. It's more incompetence. It's incompetence by your scouting department. 100%. But I think the biggest thing about this whole Daniel Jones situation, and I feel like everybody's apologizing for Daniel Jones, and I understand there's context of why people are apologizing for Daniel Jones. However, at the end of the day, I can't really feel bad for him either. You know, like I can't feel bad for him, one, off the strength of the money. They paid him a lot of money. I do think they could have franchise tagged him with the Kirk Cousins route or something like that. I also think if they really felt like they had to pay Daniel Jones, I would have let him go walk into free agency and see what team in the league was willing to really give him $40 million a year and then come back and try to redo an offer. But ultimately, Trent, I want to say I apologize, bro, to you as somebody who knows what it's like to be a New York sports fan and have to go through these things. I want to say I apologize for you that you're even having to go through this. But to say that I didn't see the writing all on the wall, I think everybody, the way the Giants playing, I don't think anybody up here is surprised by it, Trent. That O-line wasn't phenomenal last year, and ultimately I paid all this money this year. I just also want to say this because that boy Fluent was cooking when he brought up Brock Purdy. I'm gonna tell y'all why. I'm gonna tell y'all why.
I'm bullshit, J-Rob. I'm trying to hear you.
Hear me. Hear me out.
What do you say about Brock Purdy?
I'm listening.
Listen, this is no disrespect to Brock Purdy. He's done great. He's done great things. But I just want to know what happens to the 49ers once Brock Purdy is a $100 million quarterback. What does that team become? Because once you become a $100 million quarterback, every $100 million quarterback in football, each one of their teams has a deficiency.
It's a wrap, J-Rob. This is their last year period.
No, I think so too. I think every team that has, if you have a $100 million quarterback, that means you're paying him and you're not paying somewhere else. So you got a kid. People forget. Brock Purdy is the cheapest quarterback in all of football. Mr. Irrelevant. Probably making $800,000 this year, $900,000.
$960,000. He's on the books for.
Oh my God, that's the best deal in sports right now, man.
$960,000. With that being said, J-Rob, with that all being said, put Kirk Cousins under center in New York with the Giants. What does he look like?
Kirk Cousins? He looked better than Daniel Jones.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
no, he doesn't.
He 100%.
I'm gonna say the one thing, baby. I'm gonna say the one thing that made me realize that I understand the O-line take, but during that game against the Seahawks, where they almost got the sack record, I understand, Trent, that blew yours. But when that boy was up there turning the rock over, Who was Brian Dable cursing out coming to the sidelines? He was out there questioning the decision making of his quarterback. And so ultimately, my real question to you, Trent, is all of you apologists out here, are y'all willing to deal with this for 2 more years?
That pick six was terrible.
Are y'all willing to
I will say that. J-Rob, I will say that pick six was terrible, J-Rob. I ain't gonna fight that. That pick six was awful.
Yeah, the pick six was awful. Don't get it twisted.
That was awful.
I'm here for J-Rob. Different. I don't know what we're gonna do because I'm not gonna lie. For the past decade, we drafted bots at O-line. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know
either.
Because
I don't know either.
Joshua Zuda, we drafted him second, third round. Evan Neal.
I ain't gonna lie. The one that I didn't see coming, the one I didn't see coming was 100% Evan Neal. I'm not gonna lie. I really 1000% admit I thought Evan Neal coming out of the draft was gonna be a all-pro level left tackle in this league.
Because here's what I'm saying. This is what I think we're about to do. I think for the rest of the season, we probably gonna get around 10, probably 11, 12 pick. We get Joe Alt. You move him. You move Evan Neal to guard because he can't play tackle. I don't know how he can't. He played at Bama well. He can't play tackle. So then I don't because this
he didn't play it that well at Bama. That's part of
if that's the case, then that's a scouting issue. They need to hire you. You a scout anyways. They need to hire you or something.
Shoot, everybody up here could do a better job
because I'm sorry.
Let me stop.
I just think J-Rob because we all know that y'all really don't have the main issue with Daniel Jones. It's the money. I never argued that.
And that's my issue. Always the money.
Like now, since you're in this shit and you made weapons for yourself, I'm not really worried about the pieces around him, like him throwing a ball to. It's that front seven. Darren Waller, you can't look good if you getting 11 sacks, 6 sacks a game. Paris Campbell, Jalen Hyatt, look.
But why y'all not? Wait, my bad. Why y'all not cooking Showtown for serious saying that Kirk Cousins ain't gonna do a better job?
Okay, first and foremost, Dub. Let me make sure we clear. Y'all looking at Kirk Cousins? I remember Kirk Cousins who goes to pieces once he makes a mistake. Not one, he goes to pieces. It's not one thing where he'll throw an interception and then he'll recover like Eli Manning will throw a pick six and then turn around and throw 3 more touchdowns. Kirk Cousins goes to pieces when he makes a mistake. I remember him in Washington. I remember him in Minnesota. So
one of the big differences, though,
not telling me that.
Even back then, I want to say this because even back then, when he was in Washington, he didn't have this great of all offensive line. Even in his towards the latter part of his career with that Washington Redskins crew, he didn't have receivers like that, and he was still performing better than Daniel Jones. I promise you, he was.
Pierre Garçon.
Pierre Garçon, he wasn't on that team. I don't think he was. At the end of his tenure with the Redskins, he was not on that crew. That's what I'm talking about. It was still better than what Daniel Jones was providing you right now. And what OJ said right there, it just went over some people's heads. A quarterback can sit here and try to make an offensive line better due to their understanding, due to their IQ, and due to their
rid of the football quick.
Getting rid of the football. That was Brady. He did that all the time.
Hey guys, let me get back.
Team too. Those things help. More importantly, because we've been talking about Daniel Jones for an hour, which I can't believe. What are the Bears going to do with the first and second overall pick next year?
Caleb and Marvin.
Caleb Williams and Marvin.
Yeah, but I don't like that. I don't like that assessment when y'all say like quarterbacks, like Brady and get the ball out quicker and stuff like that, and helps the offensive line, because you got to factor in the fact that them guys had weapons. If you don't have no receivers that can get separation, or don't have an offensive coordinator where it'll put you in the best situation to sit there. So, let me go to my check down, right? So if the first read is not there, let me go to the second read, and it's always there. Then necessarily 9 times out of 10, you're not going to maximize or make the offensive line better. Part of Tom Brady making mediocre offensive lines great.
Why you hate that?
He wasn't. I have the worst situation for real right now.
I'm real interested to hear this. Why do you hate that, Tom?
I don't know.
Before you came on the show,
I think so too.
The first 10 minutes of the show, Mookie was praising Brock Purdy for doing that exact same thing.
Oh yeah, he was.
But hold on. But look,
I'm not saying his progressions like that, man.
Yeah, I know, I understand that, but I'm saying that part of the reason what you can make mediocre, part of the reason what makes quarterbacks make mediocre offensive line great is because the weapons that they have on the outside. If you don't have no weapons, so if you don't have no receivers on the outside, then absolutely you're not going to make the offensive line better. That's part of the reason why Brady's so good. because he always had weapons.
And
he always
OJ, and I promise I'm gonna let you go because I know you got some real good insight. I know you got some real good insight. But OJ, I mean, how less difficult is it when I'm coming to the line of scrimmage? Every quarterback has one guy that when they come to the line of scrimmage, they make sure where that guy is. So it's not that difficult to get the ball out quick to Mike Evans. It's not that hard to do that. It is not. It's not
Who
difficult.
was Kirk Cousins doing it? Who was Kirk Cousins? I'm sorry.
Under duress.
I'm sorry. Who was Kirk Cousins throwing to in 2017? It was Jamison Crowder. Let me look. It was Jamison Crowder, Josh Doxson, Ryan Grant, Niles Paul, Samaje Perine, and he was still better than what Daniel Jones is doing now. He got sacked 40 times that year.
Can I say something too? I gotta admit, y'all also gotta say sometimes these quarterbacks, somebody's echoing crazy right now.
I think it's Mookie.
That's not me. That
might be. I think it's Chitchat.
That's not on me, man.
I gotta say one thing too. Like, y'all gotta start putting also in perspective that I understand that quarterbacks need good weapons, like Josh Allen getting digs and stuff like that. But I do think in some ways, and this is not just to Daniel Jones, I'm speaking in a generalization before y'all Daniel Jones people wild out on me. Quarterbacks are also supposed to elevate some of the players on their team as well. Like, I look at a guy like Nico Collins over there with the Texans. Who would have known who Nico Collins was unless C.J. Stroud was throwing him the football? Nico Collins looks like a guy because he's getting the ball. And I could go Puka over there down there in LA. We've seen multiple receivers be elevated by the greatness of their quarterback. And obviously, Trent, I kind of want to get off this Daniel Jones thing. Daniel Jones' situation is the worst in football by far. And it's the worst in football by far, not only because of the money, but I really don't have an O-line. But when people talk about but I'm not going to talk about the weapons because y'all did go out and get Paris Campbell. Y'all did go out and get Waller. Y'all went and got Jalen Hyatt. So y'all really just don't have the time to potentially get those guys the ball, but y'all did go and get the weapons. And I do think y'all are hard. Y'all are easier to scheme up against because at the end of the day, Devin Witherspoon said it best. They think the quarterback stares down his first read. So most of the time, these guys are stacking the box, taking away your first read and trying to make Daniel Jones do more because they don't really respect play action with Matt Breida. Unfortunately, that's just the truth of the matter. So they become easy to scheme. And I think because they don't have the threat of play action anymore in New York, I think that kind of throws a lot of what they do away. And so I don't really see how the Giants can recover from this down the road unless, what's his cap hit? Let me look at it. I think it's like what is his cap hit next year for the team? Is it like, what is it? Is it 40 next year?
It's the same amount.
40?
It's 41.
No, it's
like 82 mil in the next 2 years.
Cap hit's not high. It's his total cash. His cap hit. They did
15. It's 15. So it's 15 this year. So I'll say this. So the cap hit this year is $15 million. So my thing is this: if $15 million, if you're smart, you try to rebuild. You got to go out and overpay for some guys on the O-line if you have to. I don't think you go out and bring in a bunch of wide receivers. If you want another receiver, go draft one. But don't overpay. Pay for the thing that is actually keeping y'all from moving the football. And I think is 100% that O-line that needs to be upgraded. But my question is, do you, if y'all have, can y'all get a top 5 pick this year, Trent?
No.
No?
Why not?
I don't think so.
I don't have any games, but I'm just saying.
I think my question games in the back half. So I don't.
So my question to you, Trent, is more so if the Giants, for example, let's say y'all get a top 5 pick, are y'all really going to be able to pass up Penix or Drake May? Can you pass those guys up? You have a top 5
I genuinely believe just because off the history, I know how the Giants get, especially when they have picks. I can dead see them drop down, or they take Joe Alt super high because he is the best tackle in football. So they're probably if they got 7, if they got 7, 8.
I personally don't think y'all should draft a offensive lineman because y'all clearly don't know how to do that. So I think y'all go get somebody in free agency. I'm not being funny. I'm being dead serious.
No, you being dead
serious.
But here's the thing:
y'all should go get somebody who's proven. Get somebody who's proven.
Go to play like that though. I think you can't
Trent, I thought Evan Neal was can't miss, bro. I thought Evan Neal was can't miss.
Hey, Doug, what's the next topic?
Wait, I was about to say, let me
let Trey say this, and now I'm gonna read off the super chat.
Let me get this off before we move on.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing with Evan Neal, people took him because
and Trey, one thing I didn't make control. And them comments he made about the fans, bro, stop it. They watching you every night. They watching you. Stop it. They watching you every night. They flipping burgers. They flipping burgers to see you do that. They flipping burgers.
Everybody chill out.
Hey, them tickets not cheap, Evan. Them tickets not cheap.
Hey, I'm gonna get to that.
That was whack.
And this whole shit pissed me off. But they took him because they were betting on traits, not because he was a clean prospect. There was shit that he did at Bama that you could turn on the tape and see. He lunges a little bit. He bends at the waist, not at the knees. Like there's some technical issues that need to be cleaned up.
Right.
For whatever reason, either he's not taking the coaching,
right,
or somebody's not coaching him up. Judging on the way he just responded after having one of the worst,
it's him. Yeah, it's him
taking the coaching.
Facts.
Because the things that you said in the media,
it's a reflection of you.
It's a reflection of you, sir. Look, I completely understand. Some of these fans be out of pocket, talking to people crazy, wishing people death threats and saying all kinds of crazy shit, blowing it, Twitter mentions, doing all that crazy shit. I get it. But you played horribly. You have to be accountable for that. Right. Ironically, you can take a page out of the book from your quarterback, Daniel Jones. They asked him the same thing.
Right.
What he said, I played poorly. That's why coach was mad at me. I played poorly. I made a mistake. I can't do that.
I agree.
Better.
Got you.
Yo,
Trey, I gotta read.
No, I'm saying. I'm just asking a question. After you read the super chats, can I start? I got a question. So can we start the next?
Is it a different topic?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That's perfect with me. Daniel Mason with a super chat. The devil himself couldn't give Daniel Jones a deal to become an average QB.
That's harsh. That's harsh. That's a little harsh.
Luncho with a super chat. Chill's favorite person.
Shout out to Huncho, baby.
That's my dog.
Trey, from viewing them as prospects, does AR-15 have better arm talent and raw talent skill at the quarterback spot than Josh Allen? Plus, L baby horns up this weekend.
You're talking about physical traits, yes. Because one of them came out the gate and ran 4.6, and the other one ran 4.4. Gotcha. And they're basically about the same everywhere else.
Yeah, I agree with Trey on that one 100%. Shout out to my guy Graylin in the chat too, man.
AR really ran a 4.4. I didn't even
he ran a 4.38.
Does AR have the arm talent that Josh Allen has? He was throwing like 80-yard bombs on his pro day.
Yeah, I'll say AR got the arm talent. He got that.
AR got an arm.
Yeah, AR definitely.
Is his arm talent better than Josh Allen when he first
could be? Yes. It's there. It's the same. It's the same.
Josh Allen when he came in was definitely a project. Like that was definitely just. I remember he got in trouble because of some stuff he posted online.
Yeah, OJ, I'm gonna tell you right now, AR-15 at this point in his development is 100%. I would say at least 2 levels higher than what Josh Allen was at this stage in his development. Just because I do think the accuracy of AR needs to go up. But the thing is, he's not making bad decisions with the football. I think some of it is like footwork, mechanics, and I think over time he's going to get better at that. This is obviously when I'm talking about rookie Josh Allen, not who he is now. You know what I'm saying?
I'll see you tomorrow night. And J-Rob, Pluto is a planet.
It's not a planet. It's not a planet.
J-Rob.
Hey,
easy, dog.
You too. Thank you for bringing the heat, brother. You be safe, man.
It's tomorrow. Me and Chill, don't forget, tomorrow is going to be a good show. But also next week we'll be live, coming to you direct from Orlando, Florida. Chill and I together. But that being said, J-Rob, it's called a dwarf planet. It's right in the name, bro.
Nah, I'm not rocking. NASA said it's not a planet no more. I'm rocking with NASA. Bro.
Why you gonna listen to? Never mind. I'm not getting.
You better get conspiracy.
No, hold on. It went from being a planet to being a dwarf planet, meaning a small planet. So it's still a planet. It's just a small one now.
I think it's just a ball of gas, if you ask me.
That's so nasty because
I know.
That's what a lot of planets.
Now it's just a fart.
I know it's a fart. It's a blue fart. It's a blue fart.
Calling
a Smurf farted in space.
Jupiter is really a blue fart planet. There's nothing but gas. But Angie Carr, y'all think a Tay trade to Baltimore makes sense?
If that
They're never gonna do it. They're never gonna
If
do
that
it.
ever in an alternate universe, if that
That'll
ever
never
happened, Lamar Jackson.
That's not happening.
Lamar Jackson will
Ring
be a
him.
Super Bowl
Ring
MVP.
him. Ring
Ring
him. Ring him.
Hey, Trey.
Hey, you gotta say
Trey,
flowers,
why you being a fanboy right now? Why you being a fanboy?
Oh my God, bro.
You being a fanboy. You being a fanboy.
Watch
bro.
this.
You being a
Watch
fanboy.
this.
You acting nasty.
Watch this.
You acting real nasty. You acting real nasty.
Let me ask you this: in the alternate universe, Tay Adams gets traded to the Chargers. What you saying?
Is a hell of a drug.
That's even much dangerous.
No, is that a Super Bowl ring?
I won't say that. I won't say it's a Super Bowl ring, but that makes the offense even much better.
Mookie, can I say one thing, Mookie? You never talked about Derek Carr's 127-yard performance, bro.
Wait, hold on. Quarterbacks. Wait,
because he was hurt, and then Pete Carmichael is a terrible offensive
Can
and also he played bad.
And we got
I said
let me finish.
Okay, Mookie, I respect it. You said he played bad. I respect it. There we go.
You could send Tay to the Chargers. You could send Jettis to the Chargers. You could send both of them. They still the Chargers. They're gonna find a way.
I don't understand. Like the thing about Tay Adams, that's the thing too. Like why would you? I mean, that's why I think Derek Carr, influenced him going to the Raiders. But I'm just like, bro, you was in a good situation with the Packers. You could have got your money then. But I don't understand why you lead the Packers go play with the Raiders. I mean, I just don't know.
The Packers didn't want to pay him. It wasn't Devontae's choice.
In college, Mookie.
No, but the Packers also didn't want to pay him.
Devontae
Adams literally said, "Don't franchise tag me, pay me." And what did Green Bay do? Oh, we're gonna put you on the franchise tag.
Oh, this is a super chat.
Hold on. So you telling me that the Packers didn't offer this man a contract, bro?
Damn, not the contract he wanted.
Mookie, here's the thing. Mookie, here's the thing. They offered him the contract after they took away the franchise tag. So they basically like, fine, we'll finally pay you. But after he got franchise tag, he was over with. He didn't want to go.
Okay, got you. From Early Cofield, met him today. Bro, what an odd fella.
Ruckus.
Brandon Ayuk over CeeDee Lamb. I stand on it. Daniel ain't it. We all know it, man. Why fight it?
Facts.
Y'all might as well go ahead and invite me up. LOL.
Nah, hell no.
What type of
spelling?
I will see you on the press box against, buddy.
Yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you on Open for the press box. No,
Kirk is legit. Kirk is a legit QB. Chill. You gotta stop,
man. Kirk Cousins is good. He's a good quarterback.
And this is actually a good question, and I do want to see your guys' opinion on this. Since the running back value is low, why not pay Saquon, then let Jones walk, get his value, which is going to be lower, and then use the rest to pay for O-line?
This is almost like I said this months ago.
Wait. This is gentlemen, quite literally been my entire point.
But hasn't everybody been saying this though?
Yeah, everybody was saying.
But Trent, the reason why it's frustrating me, Trent, is because you acted like months ago. You wasn't yelling at me talking about, no, you gotta pay the quarterback. What else are we gonna do?
That is true. That is true. I remember.
Yeah, but the thing is,
this is what G do. In the Discord, he would say multiple.
You said it on the show.
Yeah, he would say multiple.
I'm not even talking about Discord.
I'm saying we talked about this on and off the platform. You would say multiple things. That's why I would cuss you out, because you would get me tight about other shit, not about that. And you know that.
You literally yelled at me when I said Daniel Jones. If I'm the Giants, Daniel Jones asking for 42 mil. Boy, go find that bull crap somewhere else. I bet you gonna come back and take this little cheaper deal that we offer, because ain't nobody in their damn right mind is giving you 42 mil.
All right.
That's my only thing.
I don't think the running back.
I do think y'all could have got him for way cheaper though, Trent. I will kick that up.
His agent just that guy. But
I'm gonna tell you what they did, what the Giants did. That messed it up. I know you gotta go to your next topic. Dub. I apologize. I'm just saying this.
No, you're good. It's fine. Go ahead.
The Giants messed up 100% when they paid Daniel Jones like a young basketball player. In the NBA, they pay guys based off their potential. I go Anthony Simons. You look at Devin Vassell, who just got paid over there in San Antonio. You pay guys based on what you think they're going to be. In the NFL, you cannot do that, because your windows to win championships, they open and they close. Ask Ask OJ about what happened with the Buccaneers. They had a window, they cashed in on their window, and now obviously they're gonna rebuild to try to get back there.
Unless they over talent, like they're talented.
Yeah, they're overly talented. But I look at the 49ers. They have a window right now because at some point they'll have to probably play Brock Purdy. So right now that's their best window. The Giants, y'all even had a window too, and I think that the money y'all gave, bro, is just like I think y'all could have just. Y'all could have put so much more around him.
We all agree. Listen, we all agree on the money. Just because everybody wants to talk about cap hit, everyone wants to talk about cap hit. They could have got Derek Carr and Jimmy G for the price that they paid Daniel Jones. So we all agree the money's wrong. Well, we can move on. The money's wrong.
The thing is, you could have had a better quarterback for cheaper.
The thing is, whenever we bring up the money part, like this is why the argument's happening. I just need Trent to acknowledge this. Like we'll do that. And then Trent will just be there and just still argue with you about something that has nothing to do with it.
I'll never argue with the money. It'll be other.
Because if you hear the list of quarterbacks, he's getting paid cap hit. If you hear the list of quarterbacks, he's getting paid more than you'll.
Yeah. So can I ask you for a new topic though? Because
one more super chat. I'm telling you, J-Rob, Jim Harbaugh fits.
I'm with that. I think that's a good hire for them. I think that's a good
hire. But
that's a good hire.
This is because I started it.
You got it.
I started when I was on the field Monday when we were about to play. I was on the field, and I was on Gridiron. I was lagging a little bit, but I really want to ask y'all on some real shit. Why don't the energies be the same with these top QBs in the same tier? Meaning on some real I really don't understand
this
because.
is not a new topic.
I'm asking. No,
it's an important topic.
Because I'm just saying, when are we starting to acknowledge the dog shit play from Burrow? Not you, J-Rob. I know you acknowledge it.
Let me answer that.
I know you acknowledge it.
Come on.
When are we going to start acknowledging the dog shit play that he's had?
Who?
Want to know the biggest, most popular narrative that I've seen this week on TikTok and Instagram? The fact that how come we're not as harsh on Burrow as other quarterbacks? Literally, we're overcorrecting it. That's all I see now is the fact that we're soft on Joe Burrow. And to me, that in itself is an indictment on Joe Burrow. Is it not?
What do you mean by that? Wait.
What I mean by that is I see so many content creators both in social media talking about and lamenting the fact that Joe Burrow doesn't get that same energy with his bad play as any other quarterback would in his position, and that we're giving him a pass. So complaining about giving Joe Burrow a pass is an indictment on Joe Burrow's play, is it not? It's the same thing.
On his indictment of playing.
Oh, I get it. I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying.
Because that's all I've been seeing lately, bro. It's like, oh, where's the same energy for Joe Burrow? You guys are not having that.
That is an indictment. That is the slight right there. That's the slight right there.
It's not a direct criticism of Joe Burrow.
Okay, so you know what I would say to respond to that, OJ?
Which in itself is the criticism.
But here's my thing, though. I'm not gonna lie. It took me a minute. I finally got it. My thing is, though, it'll be QBs that's in the same tier as him. For example, Josh Allen. We know week one, dog shit. He played terrible. He punted the ball 3 times to Jordan Whitehead. Cool. We get that. You deserve the slander. But when he starts balling out after these next couple of weeks,
I called him the MVP of the league on my other show.
I'm just saying.
Literally called him the MVP of the league on my last show.
You know the answer to the question, and the answer to that question is because whether we like it or not, because Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl, he gets a pass for at least a year, bro. He gets.
Can I add one thing?
That's not true. That's not true.
That
don't make sense. That don't make sense.
It doesn't have to make sense. That's the reality, bro.
It's not the reality.
Hold on. Can I add one other thing too?
What do you think is happening then?
The only thing I don't understand, Trent, that I also gotta ask, and this is really me just asking, because you and G Baby specifically do this the most, and I just don't understand why we gotta add. And look, Joe Burrow deserves his criticism. I've criticized him. I said, bro, probably if you're out there, you're out there. If you shouldn't have played, you shouldn't have played. I criticize him, but why are we comparing the criticisms for Daniel Jones and trying to resort and equate that to we not putting the same energy towards the Joe Burrows of the world?
No.
I don't understand.
Okay, I'm just
asking. What I'm saying is he's saying right now, G Baby, because no, he's not. I brought you into the mix because of all the Jimmy G comments I've dealt with for the last 2 years. What I'm saying is Daniel Jones since he's been in the NFL, has not looked good. And we've talked about his situation. Trent, I could even say you sound almost hypocritical because we talk about Justin Fields' situation, and you shit on him ridiculously.
Not thinking because you know
why.
why.
Let me finish. My only question is, why do we have to, because we criticizing the level quarterbacks of like Daniel Jones, Justin Fields, the Derek Carrs of the world, the Jimmy G's, why do we even have to put them in the same sentence as guys like Josh?
But I don't think he was putting them in the same sentence. He wants Herbert, Allen, Burrow. I'm talking about in the same sentence.
No, what I'm saying, Mookie, is like I wouldn't even look to even put them guys in the same.
Hold on, wait, come on.
Talk about the Giants half an hour.
Thank you. Wait, hold on.
You did put them in the same sentence because you said, "Why are we criticizing these guys and not?"
Exactly.
No,
and the reason we're criticizing Daniel Jones for his play and not Joe Burrow as much for his play is because we've never seen Daniel Jones play up to the level of Joe Burrow.
Hold on, Daniel Jones. I'm not talking about Dan. I said like the QBs that are in the same tier. When I mean,
we're talking about the top of the top.
I'm talking about the top of the top. Yeah. Joe Burrow is at the top of the top because I'm saying it. Justin Herbert.
My bad, Trent.
You good. We all killed Herbert for when it was overtime versus the Titans. You didn't do what you're supposed to do. You didn't get the job done. Perfectly fine. Joe Burrow just got shut out.
Nah, he's been bad. I've said it,
I'm
bro.
saying, I just feel like on some like real shit, the energies don't be the same. Josh
Want to know why though?
Well, Herbert also hasn't done it for a while.
Because they beat. It's the Patrick Mahomes effect. It's literally the Patrick Mahomes effect. You beat Patrick Mahomes, or you get close to beating.
Neat-ass Burrow is done with
If I'm
Patrick
gonna be
Mahomes.
honest, and if I'm gonna be honest,
I don't know if I agree with that.
J-Rob, this is all it is, and it's so funny. The reason why why you're seeing a bunch of people saying, why aren't we criticizing Joe Burrow for this? And why aren't we doing this? Is mainly because people they sometimes do use common sense. So they can't sit here and completely criticize and scrutinize Joe Burrow because the motherfucker's going through a calf injury. If you're gonna sit here and try to shit on Joe Burrow with him,
but Herbert was going to a rib injury, and people still crucify him.
Let me finish, Mookie.
Nobody stop saying we crucified him
because people, people crucified Justin Herbert mainly for that the playoff game, and he wasn't battling broken ribs there. They gave him respect.
He hurt his ribs and won the game.
No. When he lost to the 49ers, hold on. When he lost to the fucking 49ers,
they gave him respect.
Hold on. When he lost, when he lost to the 49ers, people still sit there and still crucify Justin Herbert for not getting it done.
You're around the wrong people. You're around the wrong people.
Yes, they did. Hold on. You had Bama that came up here and said, why did Justin Herbert throw an interception late down that goddamn game? You had other people that sit there and crucify.
No, he was talking about the Chiefs game.
Losing.
No.
It was not even a Chiefs. It was not even a Chiefs game. It was the 49ers game when he had Palmer and Carter as a quarterback, bro. I mean, as a wide receivers and shit like that. And when they lost to the 49ers, when Justin Herbert had a chance to score a touchdown with, I would say, like 10 or 12 something seconds left, he threw an interception. People still crucified Justin Herbert as that. And that's why I agree with Trent. The energy level is not the same. Y'all crucified Justin Herbert. Y'all crucified Justin Herbert for playing good against the Titans, right? But when Joe Burrow, who barely scored even 5 points, 6 points against that team, the energy is different, bro. It's always different. It's always different.
Can we all agree? You agree with what he's saying right now? You agree with that?
No, I'm not.
Tell me you agree with that, Trent.
Bro, I'm not. Bro, come on.
Okay, can we all agree the main person that was doing that was Bama? It's not everybody. It's not the total. Bama, I will admit to, he is a bit inconsistent with that, but that's one person, not everybody. To go back to what I was talking about. To go back to what I was talking about. To what I was talking about.
Nobody's questioning Herbert's consistency.
To go back to what I was talking about with Joe Burrow. They're using common sense, and which is why they're not really bashing him yet, I know people on TikTok, the people online would be like, why aren't people hating him? It's because they themselves understand the calf injury is actually very crucial. So they can't do it. So they're playing the field. But once he gets healthy and still performs like this, best believe they will be ready for that. But Joe Burrow does get some leeway. And I think he does deserve some leeway. I think he deserves some leeway if he's battling a fucking calf injury.
No, I'm going to tell you why he gets no leeway. No, I'm going to tell you why he gets no leeway in terms of, listen, I understand why when people are saying like how Mitty's been playing, like I think we all still think Joe Burrow is a very good quarterback, one of the best in the league. I'm never conceding that. But right now, everybody knows he's hurt, but and this is me personally, this is how I really look at it, bro. As somebody who's played so many football games in my life, bro, if you're out here playing hurt, I can't really like if me and Trent on the same team and he's my tight end, I'm the quarterback, and Trent is on a bad ankle. And Trent tapes it up and still go out there playing, but he's limping. He don't look good. And coach got him out there. He's sabotaging me. And I can't give Trent this pat on the back like you so honorable for playing because you're not doing us no justice being out here on the field right now. And so I think Joe Burrow really, look, he got paid the highest amount of money in the league at the quarterback position. I do think in some ways his ego is the reason why he played the beginning of the season.
Yes.
I think 100%, like Chase said, he probably needed to sit 4 or 5 games to start the year to get healthy. But the thing is, Dub, the fact that he decided to go out there and mount up and be the quarterback and go out there and play, I can't sit here and be like, oh, well, he's hurt. Because he's still not giving them the best chance to win football games. So if he's hurt, take him out and let him get healthy.
But that's not on him, J-Rob. That's on the
coach. It is on him.
Wait, time out. No, wait. Let me respond to that. I want to respond to that. So we can criticize him and his decisions for going out there for sure. But if I'm acknowledging him as a player and who he is as a player,
he's a dog.
I'm not looking at these games like as a crazy indictment on him as a player. The motherfucker he's just being dumb and he needs to sit here and sit like Cooper Kupp is sitting.
But here's another thing. The minute Joe Burrow humbly says, you know what, I'm not putting my team in a position to win by me being out there. The minute he does that, we're gonna criticize he's not a dog or he's all of that, bro.
A lot of people they don't even criticize him playing bad against the Chiefs when he was healthy in the AFC Championship game.
No, that's what I do agree with that.
Wait, hold on. And I also say is this: if you keep the same energy with all quarterbacks, if they're playing bad, they're hurt, that's fine. It's for the people that say if you're on the field, you're on the field type shit. Like how when Josh Allen had his elbow injury.
I say that.
That's what I'm saying. When Josh Allen had his elbow injury on his throwing arm, he wasn't the same, but he was still getting criticized for it. But you on the field, you on the field. I don't think he should have been playing, but he did.
Been playing.
And he played. He didn't play well, and he got criticized for it.
Yeah, no, I think Joe Burrow deserves his criticism, but I do think people do give him a slight pass because they've had the last 3 years of watching him. So it's like because what he's done in the league up to this point, and I do think beating Mahomes a few times gives you a little bit more of a nod in some people's minds. So, but I think also Trent, nobody's willing to concede his bad play. This is who he is. You know, and I think that's why people are not. But I do agree. If you out there, you out there, and so. I can only go by what I'm seeing out there. I know you hurt. I see that you hurt, but you out there, bro, and you're playing.
But here's the thing, though, man. When we see Joe Burrow playing, we have to ask ourselves a question. What is more logical, bro? That he regressed and he's just playing bad, bro?
Or is he hurt?
Maybe this injury. We have to ask ourselves that question.
I agree. No, it's common sense. It's common sense.
It's common sense. I will never question that,
bro.
I would never.
And by the way, Mahomes hasn't been crazy either. For his standard, he hasn't been crazy, but no one's gonna trip because it's Mahomes. We know what time it is.
I agree. I agree with that.
And it's common sense to know that that wide receiver move is really bad, bro. Yeah. They are disgusting.
Yo, y'all nasty, bro.
Mahomes got one of all jokes aside, Mahomes has one of the Mahomes to me is the definition of as long as that quarterback is elite. You in the mix because that wide receiver room is not it. That wide receiver room is not it. And if you about to lie and say, look, but he got Travis Kelce, that's one guy, bro. And at the end of the day, you can't drag
one guy. That's a Hall of Famer.
Oh my God, that's all you need.
Mookie will try.
Nasty, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying.
You nasty,
hell no.
You nasty.
What I'm saying is this. I'm not sitting there saying like Mahomes got some of the best wide receiver core in the league today. But what I'm saying is this: is that the standards that we do hold Mahomes in, we expect him to play, to the level that we know what Mahomes playing at. And I don't think that Mahomes been playing through that level throughout the first 4 games of this season. You be lying if you go on the tape and say, "Oh, this is the same." They
still winning, but he's still doing enough for them to win games.
Watch this, J-Rob. The same
way. But their schedule has been ass.
Watch this, J-Rob. The same way you acknowledge the same way you acknowledge. And wait, they've been going up against pretty good defense. They've been going up against pretty good defense.
The Bears are good defense. Hold on. The only time where the Chiefs look dominant is when they play the goddamn Bears, who's one of the worst teams in the league. So, like, if you look at the team against the Lions, they didn't look. The Jacksonville Jaguars is a defense. A guy that C.J. Stroud literally just lit up with no fucking weapons. That's a good defense.
No weapons. Nico Collins and Tank Dell is great.
Stop.
Check this out. And that was the only team that really did something. The Colts didn't do anything to them like that, and the Falcons didn't do anything to them like that either.
Yeah, so you name a team that you name an offense that are not elite. So when
the Chiefs.
You think the Chiefs for these 4 games have been showing you that they wanted the league's top 4, top 5 offense?
They're still a good offense.
They're good offense, but what I'm saying,
the Jaguars defense isn't bad though. They're not bad. They're a good defense.
They're not good.
They're like middle of the pack. They're like middle of the pack.
I don't even say that they're not a good defense at all. And the fact that they didn't look as dominant as they look.
Now you're dragging it.
The Jaguars is not a good defense. Let's not do this shit. They're not a good.
Elite. It's not elite, but it's.
They're not good. No, it's not.
The same way you acknowledge the Jaguars game, the same way.
No, do y'all, motherfucker? I live in Jacksonville.
Relax. Language. Relax, brother.
Like, bro, they're not a good defense. I'm saying when you look at the Chiefs, when you look at the Chiefs offense, and when you look at it against the Lions and stuff like that, when you look at them against the Jets, we're talking about 2 productive teams, bro. 2 playoff teams. They just didn't look dominant. The only time they looked dominant is when they played the goddamn Bears. And the Bears is one of the worst teams in the league.
I could agree.
We all agree with you, but they're still getting the job done. And by the way,
I understand it.
I thought it was fascinating how Mahomes had his worst game of the season. Zach Wilson had his best game. But guess what?
Don't remind me.
When it mattered the most, Zach Wilson resorted to his normal self, fumbled the bag. When it mattered the most, Mahomes.
All right, okay.
And the NFL refs helped y'all niggas.
But hold on, wait, G baby. Let me say this one thing for Mookie, right? I find it confusing how you acknowledge how Aaron Rodgers has such a bad supporting cast, but he was still great last season. But Patrick Mahomes, you're not willing to acknowledge.
Bad comparison. Aaron Rodgers did not have no. Hold on. Aaron Rodgers did not have no Travis Kelce, nor did he have elite offensive line. Nor did he have the passing.
So Aaron Jones don't exist. Aaron Jones just don't exist.
Are you comparing Aaron Jones to Travis Kelce?
He had good weapon. He had a guy who was there in the good running game. The offensive line wasn't bad.
What are we doing? Wait, Mookie, hold on.
We're not comparing no Aaron Jones to no Travis.
I'm not Mookie. I'm not at all. But what I'm saying is, if you look at the Packers, they had a decent O-line. They had a real running game, and obviously they had
Christian Watson too.
Compare their O-line to the Chiefs O-line. Chiefs O-line.
Mookie, I think with one thing you're not giving credit to that year with the Packers that I've said, and Trent obviously knows that this aged well for me when I gave this take. I said the biggest issue with the Packers last season, everybody talked about the separation of the wide receivers, but I said the biggest issue with the group is that they have no continuity, and you can tell they have no chemistry, and that comes from the head of the snake. Who was the head of the snake? That was Aaron Rodgers. When Aaron Rodgers got to the Jets, what was Aaron Rodgers doing when he got to the Jets? I'm at every minicamp. I'm at every OTA. I'm making sure my receivers is doing the little things so my young receivers can get their timing down. At the end of the day, they did have and you had Devontae Adams, gang. Come on. They had enough. Devontae. Year before. They had enough, though, that they were still a game away from going to the playoffs if they beat the Lions, bro. They still could have got it done. And Rodgers is, and at the end of the day, Rodgers is one of the top 5 quarterbacks to ever play the game. So he was supposed to elevate his guys in that because I know Brady would have elevated them guys.
Yeah.
But Brady's always had better weapons, So
That year is very comparable, like 04.
Conversation. We're not about to do that.
I was about to
But
say
we're not
we
doing
had
that.
this debate like in
We had
February.
this
Like,
debate a year and a
I'm
half.
just reminding y'all. Just reminding y'all right quick. Refresh your thinking.
Yeah, go look at that 05. 05 or 04 roster. It wasn't.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, you talking about the year? You talking about the year where he was a game manager?
Yo,
No, he wasn't that year.
I gotta admit, sometimes hearing this nastiness, bro, just God, give me my CTE now, bro. Just take give me my CTE now. Just give it to me, bro. Like, what? You nasty, Mook. You really nasty, bro.
No, I'm being real. Like compared to Buccaneers
Mook
roster,
is
to
the
Packers.
king of the hate.
But go ahead, hostess with the mostest.
Well, we got like 10 minutes left. So
yeah, we spent all that time talking about Daniel Jones. God,
Speaking.
Oh, man. You a nasty one. You a nasty one. You a nasty one.
Can I ask you this on some real shit? Like it's a G for y'all. When players are bad and do dumbass shit, why do coaches get the scapegoat? Why are they the scapegoat?
Oh, that's always how it's going to be, bro.
Because you fire one coach than a whole team.
And they paying the coaches less than but they playing some of these players, bro.
For the same,
Can I answer the question more correctly? Hold on, let me answer
for the same reason. It's for the same reason when the Bucs win the Super Bowl and John Gruden gets a lot of credit when he didn't deserve it and was Tony Dungy's team. It's the same thing, bro. The opposite is true.
Trent, here I'll tell you. Here, hold on, let me break it down. So the coach is hired, although he is hired by the GM. Who drafts the players? It's the GM. The GM is not going to say, I was wrong. I drafted the wrong players, so it's their fault. It's I hired the wrong coach, so let me bring in another coach because the players I picked were good. You just didn't know what to do with them. And so it's easier to fire the coach.
That's
you doing predictions?
Yeah,
predictions?
I hate
that. I was going to ask you guys. We'll stay on the AFC because I think the NFC is probably easier to judge. The same names: Cowboys, Eagles, and 49ers that we think is going to make it out there. It's really nobody.
I want to see who. I do want to see who y'all got winning that game though, because we had a whole lot of talk on press box about that shit.
Who?
Well, which game? Cowboys and 49ers?
49ers.
All right, let's do that one. Who do y'all think is winning?
I like how y'all just be saying 49ers like just so fast.
Well, let's see. Let's go around the room. Who is winning on Sunday?
I said
49ers or the Cowboys.
Bro, I think the 49ers are due for a loss, so I'm going Cowboys.
D baby.
Purdy has not been crazy like that, bro.
I heard everybody on press box with their stuff, and because everybody was picking the 49ers, because of my weird superstition, something is telling me that the Cowboys are going to somehow, some way win this game because they're not going to win it in the playoffs, so you might as well just get it in the regular season. Because when the playoff comes around, they're going to sell. So you might as well get the game in the regular season.
And Cowboys are pretty good at stopping the run, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, the way people was talking earlier, bro, the way people that was talking about earlier, bro. I hope Dak go for 400 yards.
Me too. Facts. Bro.
I do think Dak is gonna have a revenge game, bro. I'm not gonna hold
just like a crazy masterclass because the way, like y'all saying,
it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
Brock Purdy close to Dak Prescott and Dak Prescott. I'm like, bro,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. People are gonna actually turn J. Rob into and I'll say this out loud. They're gonna turn me into a Brock Purdy like hater. Low key. Because low key. Because I like Brock Purdy for sure. But the way we talking about this kid, sometimes I'm like, bruh, y'all got to chill a little bit, just a little bit, bruh. I've seen this movie before. That's how
I feel about T-Law.
Well, T-Law about to be the third. In the next 2 years, T-Law might be the third best QB in this conference, but you ain't hear that from J. Rob.
Well, it's not looking good right now, bro. I haven't been impressed this year so far. So we'll.
I'm taking the Cowboys. I'm taking the Cowboys in an upset.
I think Cowboys win by a game-winning field goal.
Brock Purdy has his first 2 interception game of his career.
Bama, Mookie, what y'all got?
I don't even know Bama been here this whole time.
That's what I would go with.
Here you go.
I don't understand how all y'all believe in Cowboys. Why y'all always believe in the Cowboys? Like this is the thing I don't understand. Like, you know, they got an elite level defense. You know, you got Dak, you heard CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks as well, but they're not beating the 49ers. The 49ers is the best team in the NFL. They're the best team in the NFC. And when you got a quarterback like Dak,
And when you got a defense like the 49ers, who is the best defense in the league, who can stop the run, who can get to the quarterback, who can pass rush, you have an elite level offense, and Christian McCaffrey, who's arguably MVP, who is setting records right now. If you think that the 49ers defense are not going to get the gap and force him to make plays downfield, bro, I'm telling you this, the 49ers will win this goddamn game. You will stop overrating the goddamn Cowboys. And I'm going to tell you this too. The 49ers is the team to beat, bro. They is the team to beat, and I got this team winning this game.
How? It's the Eagles.
1-7.
How's it not the Eagles?
How is it 1-7? 1-7. 27-21.
Trent, they're going to turn me into a 49ers hater.
Because I don't understand how they're the team to beat. Everybody knows that the Eagles
they are the team to beat.
They are the Eagles just went to the Super Bowl.
First of all, if y'all been watching football, the Eagles defense is not the same. Their secondary is not the same. Their secondary literally got lit up. That is not the same.
And they're still 4-0 on the season. And they haven't played a good game yet.
And guess who's undefeated?
Because that running quarterback.
And guess who's undefeated too as well? It's the 49ers as well. Their defense is much better.
Their defense is you next up.
Much better.
Their defense is much better. They're great at stopping the run. They're great at getting to the quarterback. They're great at generating pressure. They're great at getting stops and second downs to force them to long situations and third and long situations. That's what makes the 49ers great. They're elite pass rush. They're elite pass rush. They're elite secondary as well, bro.
They going to the Super Bowl. You locking it? Super Bowl team. They win the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy this year.
They absolutely can. They have an elite level offense. When you got an offense like
let me ask you this.
I say they have the possibility. They're contenders.
That offense is not elite, bro. I'm sorry.
That is an elite offense.
They have an elite.
That is an elite offense.
It's efficient for sure.
It's an elite offense,
bro.
Hold on.
Let me ask you this.
Hold on. You saying that they're not elite offense? This tells me that you just don't watch 49ers games. Do you know that the 49ers are one of the 4 teams that at least score 50% of their drives on their first drive. They're one of the 4 best teams. They're one of the 4 best teams. They one of the 4 best. Hold on.
They're averaging 1 touchdown a game, and I'm supposed to think that's
hold on. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They have an elite. Hold on. They have an elite level offense. On top of that, when you got guys like Brandon Ayuk, when you got goddamn guys like Christian McCaffrey, when you got damn Brock Purdy, who's making reads and actually leading the offense downfield and making the throws when he's making the throws. What I'm saying is that when you look at the 49ers offense with Kyle Shanahan is running their offense as well, that team is always going to be elite. That's why they're one of the 4 best teams. That's why they didn't want. That's why they one of the 4 best teams in the NFL to at least score almost every position of their drive, 50% of every drive that they have in the goddamn game. The 49ers is putting points on the goddamn board. They have an elite level offense. Stop playing. The 49ers is that.
Okay, wait. We're going, since we love numbers and everything. Let's go back and reel it back in for the 49ers, right? They face the Steelers, who have no offense, right? So they ran it up on the Steelers. They beat the Cardinals. They beat the Giants. Who was the other team they beat? I forgot.
The Rams.
Oh, they beat the Rams. Where the offense was actually, believe it or not, they were actually struggling against the Rams as well, right? Mm-hmm. So I need everyone to understand something. People have overrated the 49ers for so long now because a lot of the times they're going through a weak schedule. Let's look at what they did in the postseason, right? Against the Seattle Seahawks, weak defense, they killed. What happened against Dallas? Wait, what happened? What happened? No. This elite offense, right? What happened against Dallas? Dak sold 19 points on the board. We won't use the Eagles game because Brock Purdy got hurt. Let's go to the season before. What happened against the Los Angeles Rams? Couldn't even put 20 points on the board.
What that got to do with this season?
Let me finish. Couldn't even put points on the board. 20-17, right? They only scored 17 points. Against the Green Bay Packers, won the game by only scoring 13 points. Against the Dallas Cowboys again, only 23 points. The point is what I'm saying. This elite level offense that they've had for years now, especially in the postseason when they actually go up against competent defenses, it's not elite anymore.
Yeah, so but you can say that. You can say that. Hold on, but Dub, that's a wrong analysis because you can say that about almost every offensive and you can say that about almost every elite offensive team. When they go against an elite level defense, they drop. They're not the same efficient offense. So what I'm saying, yes, they have. Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
Against
you look at
against who? Against who?
What you mean against?
Who did the Chiefs drop off against when they played in the elite defense?
The Jets.
But you can't use
the Jets. The Jets. Are we talking about right now?
When did they play the Jets in the playoffs?
Bro, the amount of
goals. No. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right now.
Dub has been talking about the playoffs.
The point is, what the hell to do? We're not talking about. Hold on. We're not talking about the playoffs. You got sidetracked with Dub.
That is his whole.
No. My point is this. You talking about them being the team to beat in the NFC. So when you're talking about them being the team to beat in the NFC, guess what happens? You have to go through a playoff road. So I'm going to acknowledge that even with this high-powered offense, which they've had for a very long time now, it's still been something that has been hindered even last season with Brock Purdy and CMC against the Dallas Cowboys. So why am I going to sit here and doubt that same thing isn't going to happen again when really what they've shown me is that they've been able to beat trash teams. They've been able to steamroll trash teams.
Who did the Cowboys beat?
Yeah, but
trash
teams
too.
But that's the thing. The thing is that
they're on the same level.
Well, no, that goes to Doug's point. That the 49ers are not the clear-cut favorite.
Listen, Ric Flair said it the best. To be the man, you got to beat the man. So until someone beats the Eagles in the playoffs, they're the team to beat. That being said, Mookie, you got to be careful. You can't do a Shannon.
Hold on. But that's
Shannon Sharp impression unless you love LeBron, and I know you don't, so you can't do that impression anymore. Number two,
hold on.
I'm going to go with the 49ers. I'm going to go with the 49ers for this reason. It's because this is what the Cowboys do. They're going to lose to the 49ers. Everyone's going to say, oh, see, they're trash. I told you they're trash. They're garbage. Then next week, they're going to go beat Mookie's Chargers, and everyone's going to say, oh, get the parade ready, because that's what the Cowboys do.
All right, let me respond to somebody's point, right? First of all, Dub, if you want to sit there and talk about competition, talk about the competition that the Eagles went against. You face the trash-ass Giants in the goddamn division round, and you beat them. And then you face a team that was missing Brock Purdy. They starting goddamn quarterback, face up a backup quarterback. I don't even know anybody know who the hell they are. Yep. And you can make an argument if Brock Purdy was in that goddamn game, they would have whooped your ass and sent you out here. So no, I'm not sitting there saying that. I'm not sitting there saying that the fucking NFC go to the goddamn Eagles because they have shown to play trash teams and to be able to have some injury luck. They're able to go to the goddamn Super Bowl. So now the 49ers are healthy. Now they're a team that they're one of the top 5 offenses in the league. Now they up there with the Miami Dolphins with big plays through week 4. They have 33 big plays throughout the week 4 to the Miami Dolphins 38. So they up there with the Miami Dolphins and the Chargers as one of the league's best offense in the league. And it's talking about being efficient. It's talking about running the ball effectively. It's talking about having an elite level offensive line. It's talking about Kyle Shanahan scheming up things when you got George Kittle, when you got Brandon Ayuk, when you got all these weapons that they have on the offside, on the outside as well, and they're able to actually make big plays.
What has Ayuk and Kittle done? Those are names, bro. Why you keep invoking them like they've been popping up like that?
But the thing is wrong about the team to beat. The Eagles represented the NFC, and that's when you say the team to beat. That's the defending NFC champ. So that's who you have.
I don't look at the team to beat because at the end of the day,
I don't think that's a good criteria. Fluent, and I would say the consensus may not be here. I would say the football consensus is that the 49ers is the team to beat. Now, whether we agree with that or not, that's a different story.
Over the last 4 to 5 years, they're a team that making it to the NFC Championship NFC Championship game 3 out of goddamn last 4 or 5 years, bro.
Champ until someone knocks you out. You are the champ until someone knocks you out. No one is.
No, I don't agree with that. And they had fortune luck.
Not. It's a fact.
Hold up, Fluent, because I do want to say this. Like I said, Mookie, a lot of the talking points he's bringing me with the Eagles, again, you could use those same talking points with the San Francisco 49ers, right? I think the team with the better quarterback, I think the team with the better wide receiving core, I think the team with yes. I think the team, yes, he's clearly better than him. Not even.
My bad. I think the team. I think you talking about Dak Prescott. My bad.
No. I'm talking about the Eagles. I think the team
better than Brock Purdy too. Like
it's not a big gap as Jalen Hurts is. But
anyways, it's fine. An argument for another day. I think the team with a 49ers have a better run game for sure. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Eagles aren't far off. Eagles are right there with them. On top of them, we're having a great run game, great offensive line. And if you want to say the defense secondary fell off, that's fine. But the way to beat the 49ers, if you stop that white boy over there in CMC and you make that other white boy try to beat you with some pass rush, and that's something that our D-line can do. That's something that our D-line can force. They match up better against them. We have a better quarterback, better offense, and the pieces just better all around besides the secondary. That's why they're the team to beat.
Nah, I disagree. I don't think the Eagles are the team to beat. Once I seen a compliment team in the playoffs, bro, and it was really, really close until Brock Purdy got hurt, bro. On that first drive, it was just one drive.
He got hurt on play number 3.
But what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is that, like, I don't think that would be a different outcome of the game if Brock Purdy was healthy throughout the whole totality of that goddamn game. And the fact that the Eagles faced a Giants team who is mediocre and comparing it to a 49ers team who faced a Cowboys team who is 10 times much better than a goddamn fucking New York Giants, then absolutely, I agree that the 49ers as well is a much better team. It's a much better team. They have a better running game. They have a better running game. I think the 49ers have a better running game. Hold on. They have a better running game. They have they have a better defense by far. They have the better play caller. So I can trust Kyle Shanahan to scheme up more things down.
Why is Kyle Shanahan? He blew a fucking 28-3 lead. What are you talking about? And he blew another lead in the Super Bowl with the 49ers.
So I can let Bama talk.
That's not all of them.
And by the way, Mookie, just so you know, Jalen Carter is just as good as Nick Bosa this year so far, bro.
Nick Bosa is better.
Okay, cool. Jalen Carter is playing just as
Nick Bosa is better. That's all I know.
Nick Bosa is better. That's all I know.
But to say that the Niners are much better, bro,
they're a much better running team. Absolutely,
that's disingenuous, bro. To say that the
Niners that's disingenuous when you got a scheme and
bro.
It's not disingenuous when you seen over the last four games who's leading the lead in rushing.
Okay, you got the rushing.
Josh Jacobs led the league in rushing last year. Did that mean that they have the best
you're comparing a player to a whole team? What I'm saying is that right? When you're looking at the 49ers, who's been the top 2 team in big plays downfield on offense? It's the 49ers. So when you look at the consistency of the 49ers,
against literally trash teams.
Who the hell the Eagles went against, bro?
That's fine.
But that's
you're measuring. You're measuring.
That's the point, though.
Your measuring stick is against trash teams, Mookie. So that point doesn't mean anything if they're going up against garbage. The same way I'm not gonna use the Eagles going up against who they went up against as points and their offensive rating and everything, because it's like, bro, they should be doing this to those guys. They should be.
The Eagles and the Niners are on the same footing. They're on the same level. They're the top
they're same
with the
level.
Cowboys as a distant little
third. And the 49ers will have an edge, bro. It is what it is.
By the way, just so you know, even if you say the 49ers running game is better, I think the gap between the talent of Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy is a lot wider than the gap in their running game. To me,
but I just think
wide receiver game. I'm not gonna lie, OJ.
They got the better running back, but clearly we've seen that Eagles O-line is plug and play. Miles Sanders had 1,400 last year.
Who's better?
RJ Swift looked like he on the way to the same.
Who's better, AJ Brown or Brandon Ayuk?
Oh, AJ Brown, easily.
Devontae Smith or Deebo Samuel?
Devontae Smith.
George Kittle, Dallas Goedert,
is George Devontae Smith as a football player. Debo, but
100%, I'm fine with that.
That's not the measuring stick.
So the wide receiving core for the Eagles is better, right? Along with the better quarterback, right?
Yeah, but that's not the measuring stick. Just because you have better personnel, if you well coach and well scheme, with Kyle Shanahan's scheme, of course, I'm taking your shot.
Nick Sirianni's scheme not pretty successful.
It's great. Like
if you compare that, Is you comparing that to Kyle Shanahan's scheme?
Kyle Shanahan literally, because of his offensive play calling, blew leads in the Super Bowl twice.
Yeah, but hold on, bro. That's not discredit him as an offensive coordinator because Kyle Shanahan. Hold on. But Kyle Shanahan as an offensive coordinator, for the most part, when he has had competent personnel or even mediocre personnel, is able to lead some of the best offense in the fucking league. What are you talking about with mid-tier?
What team did he have a mediocre personnel? And
I'm just talking about with mediocre quarterbacks, with mediocre quarterbacks, with Jimmy G, with Brock Purdy, with mediocre quarterbacks, he's able to lead some of the best offense in the league.
I can't believe you just said mediocre quarterback and then you discount CMC, Trent Williams, George Kittle, and all the
they have elite. They have top tier weapons around. They literally.
And that's why and you're proving my point. You're proving my point. Hold on, you're proving my point.
Here's my thing, because yes, personnel wise, yeah, they got CMC, they got Kittle, Ayuk is coming along, Debo, the football player, the best left tackle in the league for sure. The Eagles have probably one of the best centers in the league, probably one of the best right tackles in the league, best O-line as a unit, hands down. Hands down, the best O-line as a unit. And they have two, at the very least, top 15 receivers. One of them we know is top 10, and the other one is on the way. With, even though he ain't George Kittle, and I would argue an elite tight end, or at least a really great one.
Top
in
five,
Dallas Goedert, yeah, like he up there. He's just not George Kittle, obviously, but he's still really freaking good. And again, just like how you say Kyle Shanahan can have great offenses with mediocre quarterbacks, hey, that run game is still elite. It don't matter who's back there. I saw Boston Scott eat on that O-line. I saw Kenneth Gainwell eat on that O-line before. And Swift, who we all thought was kind of falling off in Detroit, who had a good O-line, you put him in Detroit, you gave him 20 carries, and look what's going on. That O-line, that run game ain't missed a beat. So clearly, they're equal. And the defense is, yes, Nick Bosa is probably the best defensive player out the butt.
Don't forget Gardner Minshew.
What about Fred Warner?
The Cowboys.
So
I like the Eagles D line. I actually like the Eagles D line collectively
as a unit.
And I like the 49ers secondary. I like the 49ers secondary over the Eagles secondary.
With who?
I don't know.
I like hold on.
Hey, who's on the 49ers secondary?
So you telling me hold on.
Secondary?
So you telling me hold on. G-Baby, you telling me hold on. I'm gonna tell you, but you telling me that the Eagles have a better secondary than they got them
names. Tell me who's on the 49ers secondary.
Trey.
Ward. Hold on. Jadavius Ward.
Okay,
I just tell you. Jadavius Ward. T-Shawn Gibson. You got Isaiah Oliver. You got what's that nigga? What's the other? I'm not reading shit. I'm trying to just think of the names. Damn, what's the other shit, bro?
You got the 29. Like the
okay. So let me ask this: you think
I just named most of them. Is
Travarius Ward better than Darius Slay?
That's not how we measure, bro. No, why you keep on sitting? Why you keep on sitting?
We going to
that's not how you measure.
That's
you keep on using the same level.
No, you don't. You don't measure it off of talent. You measure it off of performance. Now, when we compare the Eagles secondary compared to how they've been playing for over the last 4 games, and tell how many bro. Hold on. Did we just see? What's that quarterback from Washington? The Washington Commanders, bro. I forgot. I'm missing this nigga name on top. Sam Howell. Then Sam Howell, ladies and gentlemen, did he drop them there nearly 300 yards against this fucking supposedly be better than 49ers defense?
Watch this, Mookie. Watch this, G-Baby.
Hold on.
Eric, watch it. Eric be enemy.
Yeah. I thought you. Hey, Eric. Wait. No. Stop. If they had
a elite level defense, if they had a elite level defense,
if Eric Benemini is sat there and said what you say he is, then he should make Sam Howell look good, because you said
no. You're trying to flip something.
With Terry McLaurin, Curtis Campbell, Brian Robinson in there, that's a good crew to wait for things happen.
I see Mac Jones, bitch. Mac Jones threw 316 yards, 3 touchdowns on that fucking goddamn Eagles defense. And you trying to sit there and tell me they better than the 49ers, baby. Take that Professor Clump cap off, real talk, and understand it, ladies and gentlemen, that the fucking Eagles defense is nowhere near the 49ers defense. When you got Matt Jones looking like a fucking
he threw the ball 54 times, Mookie.
And he threw 3 touchdowns, motherfucker. He threw 3 touchdowns.
54 times.
He threw 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns,
nigga. You throwing the ball 54 times. You better
now
get
let me ask you something. Let me ask you something.
My nigga, you threw the ball 54 times.
Let me ask you something.
You threw the ball 54 times.
G-Baby, let me ask you something. Hold on. G-Baby, let me ask you something.
Are you drunk?
Who's better, Matthew Stafford or Mac Jones? Matthew Stafford against that 49ers defense threw 2 picks, 1 touchdown, nigga. And his completion percentage was fucking terrible. Now, that's how you telling me getting turnovers, getting stop on against that defense. That's how you tell me we're getting turnovers, getting that stop on that goddamn defense, nigga. Stop this nonsense, man. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Are you going to the game now?
Fuck wrong with y'all, man.
Wait, what you say?
He said the 49. He said Matthew Stafford against the 49ers through.
Matthew Stafford was torching that defense in the beginning of the half.
No,
at
but
the
he
beginning
threw
of the half.
He was not.
He was.
I actually was at the game. He was Mookie.
He was.
Hey, hold on.
No one
else. Are we measure? Do we measure games off of the beginning of the game or the full totality of the game?
Wait,
totality of the game.
Stop. Hey, OJ, hold up. Because here goes Mookie. Here goes Mookie being nasty. He said Matthew Stafford's completion percentage was terrible. He was 34 55 with 307.
How many picks he had?
Sam Howell was 35.
Look at G-Baby. Look at Mac Jones. Look at Mac Jones' completion percentage against the Eagles.
Yeah, I know. It was 35 or 54.
Literally one pass, but Matthew Stafford was so bad,
and
Mac Jones was great.
And he had 3 touchdowns against that fucking defense.
That don't mean nothing, bro.
3 touchdowns.
Kieran Williams keeps hogging up the team.
That means he had 3
because Matthew Stafford moves to. Matthew Stafford is literally moving the ball down the field for the crew, and then Kyron Williams just gets the TD. That's what they've been doing.
Like I said,
and then he's led them to multiple field goal opportunities in that game as well.
49ers have a top rushing defense, a top passing defense, and they're the overall top 3 ranked defense in the motherfucking league. The Eagles secondary, they're not even in the top 10 because how many fucking quarterbacks are living through the air yards against that fucking defense, bro? Get the fuck out of here.
The one
OJ, you want to smoke that? I take that fucking dude and put that shit in the goddamn trash.
You know what's so funny? The one team out of their whole entire schedule that could challenge them from deep, they were actually challenging them from deep, which was the Los Angeles Rams. The Cardinals couldn't challenge them from deep. The Giants couldn't challenge them from deep. The Steelers couldn't challenge them from deep. But the one team that actually could throw the fucking ball, guess what they did? They were throwing the fucking ball on them.
Wait, so he's saying the 49ers secondary is better because they played the Giants, the Steelers, and the Cardinals?
Yeah, I'm talking about consistency. Consistency. You play who you
Giants,
got. Hold on. When you play, hold on. You play who you play. You play who you play. Hold on. G-Baby. If that's the case, G-Baby, see, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw you body shots. I know you hate body shots. I'm gonna ask you something, G-Baby. Right quick.
Go ahead.
Is the Cowboys defense elite?
Yes.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
They let a nigga named Josh Dobbs put
But we're not talking about the Cowboys.
defense.
But we're not talking about the Cowboys.
I'm losing your logic.
We're not talking about
the
Cowboys,
logic. Because you just
But
said
you're using it for teams we're not talking about.
I
don't have the Cowboys on that same level.
You just said
I don't have the Cowboys on the same level as the Eagles.
Hold on, let me get to my point. You sat there and said if they're elite defense, they can't be letting these subpar quarterbacks cook their defense. So what I'm saying is this: when you let a nigga named Josh Dobbs cook that defense, Josh Dobbs standing in the pocket looking like Joe Burrow through his progressions and shit like that, and he's ripping the ball down the field to Hollywood Brown, and he's ripping the ball and he's handing the ball off or checking out to James Conner and them other guys or Zach Ertz and them other guys. You're cooked because at the end of the day, you think the Cowboys are the elite level defense.
What did Jared Stidham do to the 49ers defense last year?
Stidham?
What did Jared Stidham do to the Cowboy to the 49ers?
I think the 49ers had injuries if I'm
No.
I think they had injuries. If I'm correct,
they did not. The main guys played. You still had Warner. You still had Bosa.
Everybody was there.
You had all of those.
Because it was towards the end of the season. Everybody was healthy.
Yes.
You tried.
And Josh Jacobs didn't rush a lot of that time, too. It was really Stidham almost had 400 yards. But we're not going to question their defense because, when you have common sense, you know that things like that just happens. And it happens off of chance. Like, it just happens.
Yeah, but that's last year. We're talking about this year. See, I got cooked so bad, y'all want to transition to last year.
No, it's
when we talking about last year,
Mookie.
Look what the 49ers are doing. Look what they're doing. Look what they're doing to the Giants. Look what they're doing.
And then if we look team for team, the Eagles have played 4 quarterbacks that are all better than every quarterback the 49ers played other than Matt Stafford.
Like I said,
Sam Howell is better than Kenny.
That is true as well.
Sam Howell is better than Daniel Jones.
Like I said, when you look at the 49ers offense, their offense is so efficient, it don't make no sense how they have a subpar quarterback and they're able to lead the league in air yards. They're able to be a top 2 team down explosive plays down the field, and that's led by Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey is a tough guard to catch. He's literally a tough coverage to game plan for him because you're talking about a guy that can catch out the backfield, run between the tackles. He's a threat on the outside. He's so speedy, so quick, so agile as well. Right? So when you break all of that down, that then leads to produce some of the best offense we see in the league. And I think the 49ers offense and their defense is much better than the goddamn Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to end it there. Like the video, subscribe. Appreciate you guys, bro. Y'all be easy. Salute to everybody else.
Trey say that.
Peace.
God damn.